Na-click na.
No more than small. I also ate them all, but I was so. This is yours. Oh, sorry. Oh, four. No sheet.
Good evening.
Good evening po, Ma'am Remy.
Good evening, sir. I'm sorry. Yes,
Okay lang
sir.
po. I am now making our webinar to be live in Facebook.
Okay, sir.
Good evening po, Team Remy. Musta po?
Good evening. I'm okay. Are you Rodolfo?
Ano pa?
Ito ba si Rosel?
Opo, opo.
Good evening,
Master
Rosel.
Remy.
How do you say your last name? How do you pronounce it? What
Sazon
is
po.
Sazon?
Sazon. Opo.
As you spell, huh?
Yes po.
Yeah, because
Lopez Sazon.
I hate to mispronounce it.
Actually po, ang name ko usually first name dun sila nagkakaroon ng mispronounce sa pangalan ko kasi parang pambabae siya.
So how is it? Rosel
Opo, ganun lang po siya.
or Razel? Rosel.
Sa bahay po, Razel ang tawag sa akin.
Oh, it
Pero
should
po...
be Razel, you know. You wanted to spell it in English or in French?
Any.
I mean pronounce it, yeah, because when you pronounce it in English, it should be Razel, right?
Opo.
Oh, sige. Rosel, Filipino yon.
Yes po. Pilipino po ako.
I know, but Filipino pronunciation.
Yes.
So, which one you prefer? Rosel or Razel? Your friends call you?
I'm used po sa dalawa po eh. Pag sa
Really?
bahay, yes po. Sa bahay, Razel po. Pero sa labas, Rosel na siya.
Oh, sa labas it must be because that is the majority, I think.
Yes po.
Whatever will come out from the mouth. Anyway, it is
Correct po.
accepted, yeah?
Yes po.
Yeah, you sound very young.
We met each other po during the TOC talk contest.
Oh, but I'm
Opo.
sure I lost.
No, I think you won my heart that time.
Whoa.
Yes, that's why I can still remember your name. Judge po kasi ako noon, TM Remy.
Oh, yeah.
Opo, judge po kami. But I can't remember when was that.
Oh, it must be an elite or...
Yes po, sa elite po siya, but I don't know when po.
But I did it one time in, you know, in White Palace Hotel.
Okay. So, probably
I
yun po
lost
sa elite.
because of the overtime.
Usually, dun po tayo talaga.
Yeah. Masyado akong gustong magsalita.
Actually po, in general po, pag Filipino speaker, laging overtime ang cause of the, ano po.
Bakit ang galing ng mga Indiano, ha?
Baka dahil mabilis magsalita, be able to fit in the...
I don't know. But anyway, those were the days.
Yes po, masaya po.
Yeah,
makinig.
those were my youngsters.
I prefer to listen talaga.
Nung meron pa akong isip. Nawala na isip ko.
Maganda po ngayon kasi mas mature yung ating wisdom. Mas marami po kayo share sa aming lahat. Yes.
Thank you for saying that.
Kasi po iba yung level ng content nyo po compared to other contestants that time.
Ganun ba yon?
Yes.
Pero I just love competition. Love ko talaga competition talaga.
Baliktad po tayo.
Gusto ko challenge. Gusto ko yung challenge lagi.
I love challenge po, pero I don't like competition kasi sometimes it
Yeah,
breaks
you know why we
someone's
had that
heart.
overtime?
Mm.
Because we don't like competition. We just like to perform
Yes,
our
it's
best.
true. We're just
So we are
enjoying
not
what we
aware
do.
of this if I win or not. I think,
Correct po. Correct po.
or I'm just giving an answer for what I am always doing. Lagi akong overtime. OA kasi
Mhm.
ako. So,
Oo.
aywan ko.
Enjoy po kasi ninyo yung time pag
Yeah,
nandun na tayo
ini-enjoy
sa
ko yung time
stage.
ko sa stage.
Yes, it's true
Baga, ang
po.
ganda kaya.
Opo. Tsaka lang na pag nakikita nyo na-attach yung mga audience nyo, lalo po
Yes.
kayong gaganahan magsalita.
Oo, nakatingin sila lahat sa'yo. Parang
Yes
hindi na sila
po.
makapagsalita. Ay, Diyos me.
Yun po yung advantage nyo po. Yung pong kasing content nyo, it's magneting our our mind, ears. Kaya,
Yeah, because every time I write something, it's about me.
true. We cannot
It's
share.
reality.
Yes po. Mahirap mag-fake it till you make it eh.
Oo.
That's my
Yung
weakness
from,
also.
remember, the first topic is icebreaker, right? Yung
Opo.
first, icebreaker.
Mm-mm.
Simula sa icebreaker, hanggang sa nakaabot na ako sa silver na
Mhm.
pag-speech ko. Lahat, it's about me. About my life, about my
Oh.
family, about what I have experienced, ganon. Kaya pag tinatanong nila, kasi uh, sleeper.
Excuse me
Sleeper.
po,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Rason, Rosel,
Yes po.
if
Po,
you
one speak.
could open your video po. Maybe we will start within 2 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Okay po. O nga pala. Hello.
So we'll start in 2 minutes. So,
Wala pa ang ating Zoom master, si Mr. Hams.
excuse me, sir. I just had received a message that she will be late. He will be late. Sorry.
I see.
So he said we will just have to continue and then we'll just hope. So I will just start now, sir.
Let's 2 more minutes.
Okay. So if it is 2 more minutes, I'll call for the next order. This is our 4th Friday installment webinar leadership seminar. And let me call it in order. Accomplishing, fulfill, achieve, attain, succeed, realize, manage. These are all synonyms of accomplishing. And you know what? What is interesting in it is the topic for tonight is accomplishing results you want. And how it is become really exciting? It's because we are the doer and we are the receiver. We accomplish what we want. And of course, what we want is good for us every time that is given. So if you're a doer, you are the receiver, and you are the author of it, and you will be the benefactor. You means your family, your friends, everything, you know, and it means success, right? That will make you happy. And before going to and calling for the one who will welcome us formally, let me leave a quote from Shannon Thompson. And it says, like, remember how far you've come, and you won't have to rely on destiny, but rely on yourself for your future. Moving on, let me call on our Vice President for Education, Sir Aaron Bases, to formally welcome everyone. Mr. Aaron Bases.
Madam, wala po si Ma'am Aaron, si Sir Aaron. So let me
Oh, thank you.
activate Ma'am Emma.
Oh, let me call our loving secretary for the board of director of Comsaville that I always missed, but she's always present to make the group alive, and that's Miss Emma Olivia Blanco. To formally welcome everyone. And welcome our 35,000 attendees.
Wow. I'm sorry, a bit late because I'm busy preparing. Anyway,
Yes.
I'm so glad that I am here again with our webinar, and I would like to welcome everyone. Thank you for registering. Thank you for tuning in with our Friday webinars in Comsofil. Truly, Comsofil is one of the largest nonprofit organization in Saudi Arabia that aims to reach out our fellow OFWs and to give them training and knowledge and skills, sharing the knowledge and skills. That's why we are so glad to have you here in our webinar. Stay tuned, and I'm sure you will learn a lot from this one. Thank you so much, Ma'am Ram, Sir Wanichi, and to our resource speaker tonight, and all the BODs and all our members and guests. Stay tuned.
This is for you, Emma.
Thank you, Ma'am Remy.
You're welcome. And now, of course, our very own Mr. Chairman of the Board of Trustees will give us an inspiring message. Mr. Waniche Olanday.
Thank you po, Ma'am Remy.
You're welcome,
Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat, our beloved Consopilians. Welcome again sa ating 4th installment ng ating leadership series. And all our webinars are always para po sa ating mga beloved members. And we hope that you will like the webinars, just like what you have experienced in the past 3 webinars. And we always want to make sure that our officers, board of directors, instructors, volunteers are well equipped in leading the society, in giving the highest community standards for our members. So welcome po sa inyong lahat, and we hope to see you again on our next webinar. So Ma'am Remy, back to you.
Thank you, Sir Wanichi. And remember, my fellow attendees, my beloved guest, that is not just a welcome. It is also an invitation for you to stay with us tonight and to stay with us till we finish this webinar leadership training. And moving on, as we usually do, we always say good things before the speaker starts about him. But this time, because I'm very inspired, because he told me he voted for me. One of the contests. So no, I'm just joking. And to be able to know him, our speaker for tonight is the past president of PICPA Riyadh Toastmasters Club. And he is currently the treasurer of Riyadh Gems Advanced Toastmaster Club, a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Financial Management, Accounting. And he is an executive assistant to the CEO, COO in an insurance company. He is the newest Division A Director, Toastmasters International here in Riyadh. I proudly present to you Toastmaster Razel Sazon. What about the clap?
Okay. Okay. Good evening to everyone. Magandang gabi po sa Pilipinas. Magandang umaga. At anywhere we are around the world, magandang araw po sa ating lahat. To our Board of Trustees, Mr. Wanichi Olanday, sir, my respect, magandang gabi po. Salamat po sa inyong pag-imbita. To Madam Remy, Toastmaster
Of
Remy,
course.
to the Board of Directors of Comsofil, and to our fellow Comsofilians, good evening.
Good evening.
First of all, again, thank you for having me, and I'm so privileged to have this session with you to share what I've learned, what I have acquired, and what I have experienced. This served as a refresher course for me as well, and to each and everyone. I hope that everybody will have at least a take-home message or take-home gift or take-home lesson for tonight. And before we begin, I would just like to break the ice that yes, I was the president of Pigparia Toastmasters Club, and I'm the current Division A director. Not to bragging out about myself, it's totally related to the topic that we are having later. I used to be a very pessimistic person. I used to be a very shy person. I don't have the courage to look everyone's eyes. But I'm saying that how could I be now a keynote speaker for tonight if I don't have the guts, I don't have that skills. Later on, I will impart with you or share with you why and how I'm able to achieve or have this. Definitely, all of us still learning, and knowledge is continuously. So again, thank you and good evening and good morning and good afternoon to everyone. Before I begin, I would like to share my screen. I believe I have the, yes.
Okay.
1 minute. Screen.
Okay, for our attendees and everybody here with us, the webinar proper now begins. If ever you have any questions, you can write it down and the proctor will read it for you. Thank you.
Do you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Okay. You see my screen?
Yes po.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you po. Still in the PowerPoint presentation, sir? Or it's outside the PowerPoint presentation?
Ang alin po? Your PowerPoint and you are projected okay po.
Okay. Okay po. Thank you po for the confirmation. Okay. Our topic for tonight, for today, or for this morning, or for this evening is about accomplishing the results we want. The title says, you want, but for me, it's always we. As everybody is experiencing, we all have these goals in life, whether it is short-term goals or it could be a long-term goals. For everybody as well, that even though we are experiencing any kind of struggles in life, just recently we have this pandemic, I believe that we should have at least a goal, even a very short-term goal, like every day, we always have this goal. We're always wanting to have our results. Now the question is, for all the audience for tonight, I believe our Zoom master will give you the privilege to talk, and I also give you the chance to speak, as long as as long as mentioned to you that if I've asked something,
Yes.
please feel free that you can ask. Okay, our Zoom master will enable your mic,
Yes.
or if it's possible, if we could see your beautiful and handsome faces, that will be much more exciting for everybody.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Noted, sir.
Is everybody ready?
We're ready.
Okay, thank you. With the title itself, accomplishing the results we want. My first question is, what comes in your mind when you see this topic for tonight or for today? What comes in your mind? Accomplishing the results we wanted or we want. Is there anyone would like to raise their virtual hand so that our Zoom master will enable your
Yes.
mic?
We have 26,000 attendees.
Mashallah.
Yeah, please raise your virtual hands. It's too
Please don't
many.
be shy. Please don't be
Okay,
shy because you're
Mr.
keynote
James.
speaker. Thank you,
Yeah.
Mr.
Mr. Nugo, go ahead.
Good evening. I'm sorry, I my video here. I don't have the lights, but I want to answer that question. When
Sure.
as I read this, the title of the webinar, completing the results you want. That means goals. You know, you set
Yes.
goals
Mhm.
and you want to achieve these goals. That's what comes to mind when I read the title.
Yes, thank you so much. What's your good name,
Okay.
sir?
I'm James. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. James. Thank you.
Yeah.
Is there anyone would like to impart anything that comes in their mind? It can be a question or expectations.
Please raise your virtual hands if you want to answer the question.
Okay. Hearing none, I believe no one would like to. Again, don't be shy because your keynote speaker is also a shy type person. So don't be shy. Feel free. Everything's positive here, not with coronavirus. Okay. Moving forward. Moving forward. For me, what comes first in my mind when I saw this topic is how, right? How are we able to accomplish all these things? Like Mr. James mentioned, that goals, how we can able to achieve that goals. So here, there's no right and wrong answer, fellow Comsophilian and to our distinguished guests. So feel free, let's enjoy and just get an interaction with everybody, with me or with anyone. Moving forward.
Sir, excuse me.
Sure.
I don't want to leave this because Ed Paragoson, okay, he had an answer and he said to bring to its goal or conclusion, to carry out, to perform, to finish, to accomplish one's mission. That is his answer. Thank you, Ed.
Thank you, Mr. Ed. I believe there's already a winner. Let's pack up. Let's go home. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Let's just spice up things. Don't be so serious because I'm a type of person that I don't want to be serious that much. Like I want to enjoy all things. Yes.
Yeah.
So feel free. Okay, the question is how we able to accomplish all these things. So, ganun pala yun. Kala natin madali lang i-achieve ang mga bagay-bagay.
No.
Kala natin gusto lang natin bumili. Hindi pala. Like dito sa Saudi Arabia, gusto kong bumili ng isang bagay sa isang bakala, tinatawag natin sari-sari store or tindahan. Hindi pala ganun kadali kasi depende sa oras yan. Kasi kapag araw, super init dito, para ka nagpiprito ng itlog. Kapag gabi naman, medyo delikado.
Yeah.
Tapos ang mga store dito, hindi sila malapit lang kamukha sa atin. Medyo may
Yes.
kalayuan, depende sa location ng bahay. Tapos, susuotin pa dapat. Susuotin pa dapat. Pag sa Pinas tayo, dapat kahit ano lang pag minsan walang naka-topless man si tatay, si kuya, si tito. Pero dito hindi pwede. So, how? Sa picture na nakikita niyo po, may isang tao at may mga, kung nakita niyo po yung mouse ko, mouse pointer, yung mga galaw dito. May mga 5 tao sa harapan niya na para silang mga puppet. Yung parang kinokontrol lang tapos sumusunod.
Ng malaking
tapos
tao.
Tapos meron dito na malaking tao dito na parang nakatingin. So it shows na siya yung kumokontrol sa lahat ng 5 na to, master. Sabi dito, everyone wishes Medyo nakakat sa akin. Everyone wishes they were a leader, but most are followers. The question is, which one are you? Now, again, fellow Comsophilians and to our guests, ang question ko po, ano po kayo? Leader po tayo or follower? Or ano
I
pong
am
gusto
both.
nyo?
I am both.
So, Master Remy mentioned both daw siya. Pwede daw siyang leader,
Yes.
pwede din daw siya maging follower. How
Yeah.
about the others? Yung iba po.
Both po. Because a
Ako,
good leader is a good follower.
yes, a good follower is also a good leader, as they say. Ako po dati, sasagutin ko po yung sarili kong tanong.
Yes.
Ako po dati, follower lang ako. Kasi like I mentioned earlier, super shy po
Mahiyain.
ako. Yes. Mga kaibigan ko nanonood kasi in-invite ko sila. For sure, they are surprised po kasi how I'm able to do this, even though it's online, still in my situation right now, I'm still having this kind of discomfort in terms of nervous and tense. Pero po, ngayon, paano ko natin na-achieve na kailangan pala maging leader? Actually po,
Sir,
sinasabi
excuse
nila-
me.
Yes
Ed
po.
has an answer to you.
Yes,
He
sige po,
said
Sir Ed.
both.
Great, great. Anyone po? Tingnan po natin sa sarili natin. Tingnan po tayo sa salamin. Am I a leader or a follower po?
Anyone? Okay, let me check if there is. Oh, Elsa. Elsa answered, a good leader should be a good follower. So that means she's answering both.
Yes, I totally agree. I used to be a follower before. Now I'm also leading a group of people. So lahat po tayo ay pwedeng maging leader. Sa picture na ito, nakikita po natin, mayroong isang
Arrow.
human figure po na nakaturo, na nagli-lead dun sa tao na nagbubuhat, dun sa arrow kung saan sila papunta. Sabi po ni Mr. Ed or Mr. James, kung nararamdaman ko po yung pangalan, sorry po kung nakalimutan ko, sabi niya yung common goal na sinasabi. Yung pong arrow na yan, yung po yung goal na tinatahak nitong grupo na ito, na nililid ng isang tao na itong nakaturo ang kamay na nakataas, na may nasa taas. Ito po yung tinatawag nating leader. Sa sarili po
Excuse me?
natin, yes po.
Miss Emma, are you still there, Miss Emma? Because James Pinugo, yeah, can you read what James said? Because this one is nice. See?
Saan
Can you
po?
read it? No. It says here,
Sa chat.
yeah, take it from the chat, Emma.
Sa chat. Ayun. Okay. From Sir James. Yeah.
Yes.
I am a leader and follower, depending on the situation. But I am basically a leader and initiator.
Wow.
Wow. Palakpakan po tayo kay Mr.
Yes.
Yes po.
I like
Maraming
the word.
salamat po. Maraming salamat po dun sa quote na binigay or dun sa mensahe na binigay. Totally po, truly na tayo pong lahat can be a leader, can be a follower. And it also depends on the situation. Ngayon po, ang question again po, yung leader kanina tsaka yung follower. So going back to our topic, bakit ko po mini-mention ito? Yung accomplishing the results we want. Why I'm asking po, if you are a leader or a follower po, connecting or relating it to our topic, accomplishing the results we want. In order to accomplish po kasi our goals, we have to lead. Even though from our own self po, we have to lead ourselves. Kasi po, if we don't lead ourselves po, even though we don't have
Lead
someone to
yourself.
follow, yes. Sometimes po,
Yourself.
di ba? Yes po. Like in my case before, I'm only looking for one way lang po. I'm looking one way before. I don't see myself. So nung tingin po ako sa salamin, nakita ko, kinakausap ko yung sarili ko, though I'm normal, sa sarili ko po, na paano ko ito ma-achieve? Kasi titingnan ko po yung sarili ko, bakit ako ganito, bakit ako ganyan? I don't have someone to blame, only sarili ko lang. Kasi, hindi ko po kasi nilid ang sarili ko dun sa gusto kong mangyari.
I got the point.
Now, the question before is how we able to accomplish the results we want. First is we have to know how to lead, how to be a leader, how to lead or how we can lead ourselves. Everyone is a leader. Type mo lahat, pwede tayong maging leader. Pwede din mo tayong maging follower. But here, we are talking about how to be a leader. Ano ang leader po? Ito po yung nagli-lead or nagko-command sa isang grupo, sa isang organization, or sa isang bansa. By the way po, sa topic po natin ngayon, hindi po natin pag-uusapan ang SRP. Same with Toastmasters, we will not talk about anything related to SRP, sex, religion, and politics. So
Yes.
as much as possible po, I suggest po or advise everybody to refrain from that po. Iwasan po natin magtanong or kung i-connect man po natin ito, especially mentioning names.
Politics.
Yes po. At maraming salamat po doon kung tayo po ay magko-comply po.
Yes. Sir, can I speak for Rodolfo?
Sure po, sure
He
po.
has something here. I am both leader and a follower because develop a leadership style that gets results, employ suitable motivation techniques for your team. Adapt your communication style and use influence skills to drive direction. Empower your team to get the results you want and needs a strong determination.
Yan, ayun. Thank you so much, Mr. Rodolfo, or maybe Toastmaster po siya. Opo, thank you so much po kasi with this engagement or interaction po natin, we're able to, para po siyang puzzle, nabubuo na po natin
Yeah.
sa mga sinasabi po natin mga statement. I really appreciate that one po kasi it coming from us po mismo. At least nasasagot na po natin. Kumbaga, it's nagiging self-serving na siya. At the same time, nagkakaroon pa po tayo ng mas further understanding along the way kasi naroon na po tayo ng idea ahead. At maraming salamat po doon. Now po, moving forward, being a leader po, may mga iba't ibang klaseng leadership styles. I believe everybody is aware. If not, I am here to refresh about leadership styles. But before that, I would like to ask someone, at least one person po, na gustong magbigay ng mga leadership style na alam niya. Kung meron po siyang ideya. There are 6 po. There are 6 leadership styles according to Daniel Goleman po. If meron po, if not, we can forward po. We can proceed. I believe hearing none, it means we can proceed. There are 6 leadership styles po according to Daniel Goleman. Ang first po is authoritative. Ayan. I think sa pangalan pa lang, may idea na po tayo.
Yes.
Second po, yung democratic leadership style. Ito, favorite ng lahat. Second is affiliative leadership style. Third pala. Fourth, the visionary leadership style. Fifth, the pace-setting leadership style. And last but not the least po, ang tinatawag nating coaching leadership style. Fellow Consafilians po, if you allow me po to discuss all this, we can proceed. Or if you want to, let's make it interactive. But if you allow me po, I can discuss one by one. First, the authoritative leadership po. Authoritative leadership po.
Oh.
In this leadership, people who follow this style prioritize maintaining discipline above all. So ito po yung ito yung keyword dito, above all. So parang wala kang choice. Kasi above all eh. So ang leader, pag ito ang leadership style niya, ibig sabihin, we don't have a choice just to follow him. To that end po, they usually give short, concrete, and precise instructions. So as a follower, wala tayong voice to speak. Kasi sinabi na niya eh, binigay na niya yung short, concrete, and precise instruction for us to follow. So being authoritative leadership, I believe, meron po tayong someone in our mind, but just keep it up with you na lang kasi po, para din lang po maging complicated ang ating discussion, we just focus on the leadership style. Sabi po, ang authoritative leadership style, usually po nakaka-hurt siya. Marami siyang tinatamaan na follower or audience or group of people. Kasi ang leadership style po, may sinasabi ito na, I have the control. So para lang tayong puppet. Yung picture na sinare ko po kanina, Parang ganun po. Sumusunod lang po tayo sa inuutos ng isang leader kapag ito ang kanyang style na ginagamit. Authoritative. May authority. Authority po. Usually po, sa gantong style po, ang members, followers, or sa isang kumpanya po, they feel na wala po silang control sa kanilang trabaho, kundi sumunod lang sa kanilang amo, sumunod lang sa kanilang boss, sa manager, at nagkakaroon po sila ng mga impression na they are just like a machine or robot kasi susunod lang po sila sa control ng kanilang leader. Moving forward po, yung democratic leadership. Ayan, democratic leadership. Isang halimbawa po ng democratic country ang Pilipinas, but because we have a democratic leader, in this leadership po, sinasabi nila, napaka-importante nito kasi nakukuha nito ng leader ang opinion ng lahat. Pinapakinggan niya ang lahat. Kumpara sa authoritative, sinasabi dito na ang democratic leadership style, ang leader, hinihinggan niya ang boses ng bawat isa bago sila mapunta doon sa decision making. Ang kinaganda nito, nagkakaroon sila ng meeting ng grupo bago sila pumunta sa isang decision, bago na pumunta sa action. Usually po, ang style nito is useful po sa mga cases na may marami pa silang time kasi they were able to hear and evaluate each voices or each ideas po ng bawat miyembro. Kaya itong democratic leadership ang sinasabi po nila na favorite ng lahat, favorite lang kasi ang isang follower, nagkakaroon siya ng chance para magsalta at nararamdaman niya na may value siya sa isang organisasyon o sa isang grupo. Sinasabi din dito, ang isang leader, titingnan muna niya kung saan magiging pabor sa lahat ang magiging desisyon. Yun ang kinaganda ng democratic leadership. Third is the affiliative leadership. Ayan, ang affiliative leadership, ang sinasabi na magkakaroon ng connection. Ito ay ito po ay deeper relationship between a leader and its followers. Ang leader po, magkakaroon siya or gumagawa siya ng bonds between the team members. Kumbaga, kumo-connect siya sa kanyang, he's going deeper to his followers or to her followers para maramdaman at makuha ang simpatya o ang kalooban ng kanyang followers. Ang kinaganda po nito, they were able to work and collaborate in harmony. So walang tampuhan kasi ang leader bumababa siya sa kanyang mga followers para makuha niya, ma-ensure na magkaroon sila ng good work environment or good harmony kasi he understands. Yun po yung keyword dito. He able to understand the effect on his or her employees. Yun po ang affiliative. Ang fourth po yung visionary. Ang visionary po ay medyo similar siya sa authoritative. Ang difference lang po dito, nagbibigay siya ng a more clear and exciting vision sa kanyang members. Ang pinakaiba niya sa authoritative, dito minomotivate niya ang kanyang empleyado o ang kanyang mga miyembro, kanyang follower to achieve the goal. The main advantage po nito, yung nagbibigay siya ng clear picture at the end of their decision making kasi with his in motivating his people, they were giving the same common ideas na nasi-share within the group. And with that po, they were all feeling motivated and they are all free to express and to voice up hanggang sa magkaroon sila ng more concrete or clear vision sa kanilang goal na ina-achieve. Ito po ang pinaka-popular kasi nowadays, saan man tayo sa grupo magkakaibigan, sa trabaho, sa organisasyon, ito po usually po ang ginagamit. Sa trabaho ko, mga top management, usually po ito ang leadership na ginagamit ng isang CEO. Pinapakinggan niya po lahat ang saloobin ng kanyang officers, ng kanyang mga managers para mag-come up sila sa iisang goal. Next po yung pace-setting leadership. Ang pace-setting leadership naman po, sa pangalan pa lang, pace-setting. ito yung leader na nagsiset na siya kagad ng pace or ng instructions na para sa kanila, yun ang susundin. He set a course of action and make sure everyone sticks on it. So ang pace setter leader wants to set an example to everyone. So nililid niya talaga, tatayo siya, ito. Medyo related siya sa authoritative. The only difference is yung approach. Sa pace-setting leadership, hindi siya nagpapakita ng authority. Napakita lang siya ng leadership kasi he's setting as a role model for his goal. Then, ang mga follower or a member, it's up to them po if they believe or they will follow his proposals. And last but not least po, ang coaching leadership. Yan po yung pinaka-favorite ng lahat, coaching. Sa Toastmaster po, just to relate with my organization, sa Toastmaster po, dito po ako nagsimula coaching leadership ng aming mga leader. Because of this coaching leadership po, I was able to value myself. I able to see myself na hindi po ako ganito. That we're bigger than the world. Kaya po mga fellow Comsophilian, with this training, I believe at the end of this one, we will feel na we have this courage, we have this confidence na lahat kaya po natin. We can even hug the world because we are the world. Sa coaching leadership kasi, though ito yung pinakalas, ito po, ang keyword po dito, it's based on helping. Hindi lang niya minamotivate. Tinutulungan niya ang member to grow and find their strengths and weaknesses. Because of that, pag tinulungan tayo makita ang ating strengths and weaknesses, we're able to evaluate ourselves. Di ba po kung alam natin ang strength natin ganito, pwede pa natin sabihin na, magaling pala ako sa ganyan. So, I can maximize on that. I can make profit on that. Kung magaling po tayong kumanta, why not grow on it and push that? Kung magaling po tayong mag-drawing, magaling po tayong mag-market, magaling po tayong mag-vlog, why not? Kasi it's in our hands po. And sa weaknesses naman, pag alam natin ang weaknesses, we know how to mitigate that. At pag meron po tayong coaching leadership style, we know how to reciprocate. Nasisimula po sa atin kasi para po yung mirror. Nakikita natin, ganito din ako. So you're able to express, you're able to teach or help our members para mas maramdaman ng ating member yung help na binibigay mo. Ang kinaganda ng coaching leadership po, nagbibigay siya ng full potential to grow ang bawat isa. Kasi dahil sa coaching, nagwa-one-on-one po tayo nag-uusap, we're able to reflect each other's weakness and strength. Baka hindi po natin alam ang strength po ni PM Remy ay strength din po natin. Hindi lang po natin nakikita. But through coaching, nag-reflect po sa atin, nag-bounce back, pwede pala, kaya ko din palang maging PM Remy din. Kaya ko din pala maging leader like Sir Wanichi. Ganun po. Now po, moving forward, sa anin po na leadership na ito, I have prepared some statements or some lines at I challenge po everybody to describe or define kung ano pong leadership po ito. First is authoritative. Second is democratic. Third is affiliative, visionary, pace setting, and coaching. Yun lang po yung ating mga choices. Are you ready po? Yes po, Tim Remy? Your voice po naka-mute. Naka-mute po kayo, TM Remy.
Yes,
Ayan po.
we have received message from, I think, Toastmaster Bilardo. I'm not sure. Miss Emma, please read the message. Okay, let me read it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
From Sir Abelardo Enoch. Yeah.
Three message.
I think it's good to, from the top.
Yes, from the top.
Yeah,
the first one.
From the top. The first one,
Yes.
most people think leadership means power. So I think I prefer a reluctant leader.
Next.
And also he said, I think it's good to have a leader with all of these attributes balanced according to a certain situation to achieve a certain goal successfully.
Yes.
And another one, Another good attribute of a leader is the one who can follow the rules and regulations of the organization in a political scene, a Republican one.
Yes.
Tawa naman.
Yeah.
Huli.
Natutuwa po. Yes. Natutuwa po ako kasi lahat po ay nagpa-participate. Lahat po
Yes,
ay
me too.
lahat
Yeah.
po ay naka-connect sa sa session natin. Ito po yung kinaganda na nagiging open po tayo
Thank you,
anytime
Ma'am
of this
Emma.
session na
You're
magsalita.
welcome.
And ang nakakatuwa pa po ay yung pag-share po natin ng knowledge, ng insights, or kung ano po yung
Yes.
kaalaman natin kasi natutulungan nyo ako, natutulungan din po natin ang bawat isa na mas makaragdag sa learnings natin for tonight. I will just, I think, na-sum up na po, na-summary na po ng ating speaker, ay nung ating voice kanina, dun sa tatlong statement. Yeah, it's true. I totally believe po itong anim, hindi po usually nagka-clash siya kung pagsasamahin. But like sabi po ni Sir Ed or ni Sir James na depende sa sitwasyon.
Yes.
Depende sa sitwasyon at depende
Right.
din po sa ating mga miyembro. Later on
You're right.
i-discuss po natin po yon sa mga strategy. Moving forward po, I have prepared, be ready po, dahil may prepare po akong 6 na question or 6 na statement na sinasabi ng leader or ng follower. At i-relate po natin ito kung saan po siya masasabi na related.
Style.
Opo. Okay po.
Sa
First
style.
po. Opo, sa style. First po, an employee feels like they have no control over their work. They get the impression that they're no better than machine. Anong leadership style po ito na nagkakaroon ng effect sa isang miyembro or employees? Anong leadership po? Sinasabi na wala po silang control sa kanilang trabaho, sa kanilang desisyon. They feel also na para lang po silang mga machine or robot. Anyone po? Tapos Master Remy?
Ayokong sumagot eh. Gusto ko sila.
Yeah, yes pa. Ako
Sinabi
din
ko na
gusto
yung
sa
sagot
kanila. Actually, nadinig ko siya. Anyone po, don't be shy po. There's no right and wrong answer po. Don't be shy.
Totoo yun. Totoo.
So, Ranichi.
Okay, reading from Mr. James Pinugo, ang sagot po niya ay authoritative.
Yes.
Yes. A big round of applause to Mr. Ano po pangalan? Rodolfo?
James Pinugo.
James.
James.
Sir James. It's Sir James again. Thank you so much, Sir James, for being so participative. Yes po.
Yes.
With authoritative, lahat po tayo mararamdaman talaga ito kapag yung kamay na bakal, para lang tayong robot or makina na sumusunod or puppet sa ating leader. Next
Can I
po.
say something on that, sir?
Yes po.
Well, you can be like a robot if you allow them to do it for you. Even the
True.
leader is authoritative. There is also good in it. You know that? Even they are authoritative, may ikinabubuti din yun, sir.
Yes.
But not to the
I agree.
extent that you allow yourself like a robot.
Yeah.
You know, it's
True,
a challenge. It's a challenge.
True. It's a challenge.
good.
And yes.
I don't
yeah.
know. I just see everything in positive way.
True. TM Remy,
I don't
that's true. Yes. That's why looking at this leadership styles, kung makikita po natin, according to Daniel, there are 6, right? Nagsisimula sa authoritative. So parang part ng history natin ito, kung babalikan lang po natin.
Yeah.
So we learn from the past. We learn from the experience. That's why dito na-distinguish or na-define ni Daniel Goleman na noong unang panahon, itong leadership style na sumusunod lang tayo, may ganito siyang impact. And that's the time another leader po na nagbigay ng another style at na-determine ng ating Daniel Goleman po na yun po yung affiliative and so on and so forth. Moving forward lang po sa ating game, sa ating challenge, yun po authoritative. Ito po, sinasabi na you have to find the places where different disciplines overlap and coincide so that everyone's work fits together. Anong leadership style po ito maihahanay?
Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 5.
TM Rosel, if you could go back to the slides kung ano yung pagpipilian nila so that people can answer or can choose
Okay.
from the slides.
Okay po.
Number
Okay po.
5.
It's either
Phyllis.
authoritative, democratic, affiliative, visionary, pace setting, coaching. Sinasabi
Ayan.
po, yan, you have to find the places, being a leader, you have to find the places where different disciplines overlap and coincide so that everyone's work fits together. Ang keyword po dito, yung everyone works fits together and find the places where the differences are. Ano po ito, authoritative?
Sabi po ni Mr. James ay democratic.
Yes po, correct po.
At ang sabi ni Mr. Efren ay democratic din.
Correct.
Sabi naman ni Welmar Ubaldo, affiliative. It creates harmonious workplace. At ang sabi naman ni Mr. Abelardo, yes, a leader must have an authority to lead, but authority to lead according to the rules and regulations of the organization.
Yep. Yes. Lahat po tama. Yung po sumugot po ng affiliative, yes, they are a little bit similar to each other po. Yes po. Kaya hindi po kayo nagkamali doon. They have similarities po. This one, why it's democratic, kasi po yung keyword po dito, a leader find the places, a leader find or the differences of each member. Parang yun po yung ibig niyang pinopoint po dito. So that everyone works fits together. While the affiliative is the harmonious working environment or collaboration. Next po. With this leadership style, they were able to work and collaborate in harmony. Ayan. Is it authoritative, affiliative, visionary, pace setting, coaching? With this leadership style, they're able to work and collaborate in harmony. Ayun po, keyword natin. Collaboration, there's an harmonious relationship among members.
Ang sabi po ni Mr.
Rodolfo
Abelardo is affiliative, si Welmar is affiliative, si Mr. James Pinugo is affiliative, and Rodolfo De Vera, affiliative.
Miss Remy, affiliative.
Congratulations po. Congratulations po. Be proud of yourself. Kasi po, lahat po tayo nagpa-participate and nagkakaroon po tayo ng connection to each other. Thank you so much also to Mr. Wanichi for being so
lenient.
Supportive po. Yes. Thank you so much po. Yes, it's affiliative. Ang keyword po natin dito, there will be an harmonious relationship or environment po when we work together with this leadership style. Ito po. Ito naman po, with this leadership style, it makes everyone feel more motivated. It's also one of the most popular as of now. Ayan. Everyone feel more motivated. Is it coaching, pace setting, visionary, affiliative, democratic, authoritative?
Ang sagot po ni Mr. Raymond is coaching, Mr. Mark Lindbergh is coaching, Mr. Ed Parabison is coaching, Efren Parapina is coaching, Rodolfo De Vera, visionary style, Abelardo Enoch, visionary, James Pinugo is coaching, and si Wilmar is visionary.
Yes, this leadership style po pertains to visionary. Visionary po kasi it makes everyone feel more motivated by looking each other's vision po. Ito yung pinaka-popular. Yes po, ito yung pinaka-popular as of now. Kasi lahat ng businesses or organization usually they start with visionary, then they mix it with other leadership style, can be coaching and so on.
The mission and vision.
Yes po. Next is this one, in general, managers and bosses who like to feel like they play the leading role in a project. Ito yung nagsaset siya ng instructions and he makes sure na everybody's on it. Ito yun. Ang keyword po dito, yeah. Ang keyword po dito, play the leading role in a project. Siya yung nagli-lead. Nagsiset siya as a role model on this project or on this goal. Anyone po? Mr. Wanichi?
May mga sumagot, no? I'm sorry, we forgot to look also sa Q&A, no? So, sabi po ni Ma'am Lina, Nida Manuel is coaching. I believe this is for the previous one slide. Si Elsa ay coaching leadership style. Yun po. So next time po, we will look into two mode of communication. Yung isa is Q&A and the other one is ating chat. So Ma'am Remis, I believe kayo na po ang tumingin sa ating chat while I will be looking at the Q&A.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you po. Thank you po. Nagpo-flood po ba ng message?
Sobrang
Thank you po sa
dami.
ating audience. Thank you so
Too
much to
many.
our audience po. Ayan po,
Yeah.
ito pong statement na ito ay para sa pace setting kasi yun po, ang keyword po dito is leading a role in a project. Siya yung nagsiset po. Opo, siya yung nagsiset.
The managers.
Yeah.
Yes.
So si Welmar po ay space setting and si Rodolfo de Vera po ay pace setting style. Setting as a role model.
Congratulations. Thank you po. And last but not the least, I think this is the last po. Ito po, the idea behind this leadership style is that a good worker will have more to offer than one who hasn't maximized their potential. Ang keyword po natin dito yung potential.
We have two answers. We have Raymond, Raymond, coaching, and Rodolfo de Vera, coaching.
Yan.
Raymond
Ayun
answered
po.
twice.
Thank you so
Efren,
much, Raymond.
coaching, and
And
Wilmar,
to
coaching.
Efren and to Wilmar. Thank you po. Yes, you are right po. That's coaching. Ang keyword po natin dito is maximizing each members or yes, for their potential. Through coaching, we're able to see their strengths and weaknesses. So we're able to maximize with that. Thank you so much po. And now we are moving forward to the next on how we can achieve our accomplishments. The first one is knowing our leadership style. Now, fellow Comsophilians, having heard those leadership style, palagay po ninyo, saan po tayo? Saan po tayo? Anong leadership style po ang gagamitin natin? Are we authoritative sa ating mga anak? That's different situation. Are we affiliative to our friends? Sa organization po natin, sa company, pace setting po ba tayo? Sa ating other religious group, maybe we are coaching. So I will leave it up to you po. If you would like to express or voice up, you can send or just send your message to the chat box or to the Q&A so that everybody will see as well. And I'm sure po everybody will appreciate all our kind words and our wisdom regarding this one. And thank you so much in advance. Moving forward, another way for us to achieve our accomplishment is this one. As you can see in the photos or in the picture presented, two people are talking, and talking is the communication skill.
Communication.
Yes po. Going back, just for the benefits of our new audience, going back po to our first series done by Distinguished Toastmaster James, he discussed about communication. It's true that 90% of our time is vested or we use it for communication. Communication can be words, can be actions, and now we can do it via social media. Fellow Comsophilian, why we need to know, why we need to be, or why we need to have a good communication skills in order to achieve or accomplish the results we wanted. Again, going back, it's 90%. So that 90% is totally more than 100, it's almost 100% of our lives that we communicate. So it's really crucial, or it's important to have a good communication skills. I will not state anymore what Distinguished Toastmaster James discussed earlier during the series 1, the first series. I will just focus on the 4 types of communication styles. Who of us know the type of communication styles? Just to give you some feedback or some in advance, there are 4 types of communication styles. The first one is the passive. The passive. Second is the aggressive. Third is a mix of both, passive-aggressive. And last but not the least is the assertive. Is there anyone would like to ask ahead, or we will proceed to the discussion?
Ed said, Ed Paraguison, he mentioned about that communication is the key or tool to channel goals.
Yes. Yes.
Oh no.
And just
James,
to add with that, as a leader, paano po natin ma-follow ang ating mga members, followers, kung di po natin alam paano mag-communicate?
you're right.
It's not just about how are we, or how good we are in English. Hindi po. It's our, what do you call this one? Yung sa kasalooban po natin. Kasi yung
Yes.
sa loob po ang no matter, how I call this one? No matter how good are we in English, if yung sa loob po natin, hindi po siya maganda, or it's unethical, something like that. No matter how good we are, how lalim po yung mga words natin, kung di po ito maganda sa mata or sa tinga ng ating followers, it will not be effective. And the goals will not be accomplished in parallel po. Moving forward, let's start with the passive communication style. Ito po ako. Ito po ako dati. And individuals like me use this passive communication style, often act indifferently, yielding to others. Usually po ito yung parang nananahimik ka lang, you just go with the flow. Kasi you don't want to share, you don't want to speak, or maybe nahihiya ka lang, or there's something holding you back. Ito po yung mga passive. Ang passive po, definitely how it may sound po, it has a disadvantage. Usually, ang mga passive communicator display a lack of eye contact. Ayan, nabanggit ko na kanina, di po ako makatingin sa mata ng aking kausap. I'm lacking of eye contact. Usually, poor body gesture. Ayan, kasi either gumaganon po tayo, kung ano na yung hinahawakan natin sa mukha, mga manners yung lumalabas-labas na siya. Ayan po yung passive communicator. As we can sense, it has a negative feedback or response or effect to our followers, to our listeners. Ang passive communicators also, sometimes madali po silang ma-magnet. Madali po silang makuha kasi usually they are the ones na nasa utak nila go with the flow lang. Parang, sige, kasi ayoko na magsalta, nahiya ako. Ano bang sabi? Susunod ka lang. Yun po yung mga passive. Yes, yun po yung mga passive. And I'm not shy to tell you po, passive communicator po ako dati. Pag nasa group ako, nasa discussion ako, gumaganon lang po ako. So, I hope ang ating mga audience, hindi ko po sila kamukha. I hope they're better than me po. And I'll be proud to say na you should be. Second po yung aggressive. Ayan, aggressive. Ang mga aggressive communicator naman, ayan, aggressive. So parang ito yung mga tigre. Yung manner nila on how they communicate is very aggressive. Usually, naririnig mo yon, nakikita mo lang at nararamdaman mo siya. Kasi may impact. Yan yung mga aggressive. Dadating yan, magsasalita, may impact. Yung confidence level nila, umaapaw. Pero, ang aggressive, may command. Ang aggressive communicator po, na-emphasize po, by speaking in a loud, ayun, yung super confident. Very loud sila at demanding, ayun, demanding voice. They usually maintain an intense eye contact. Kasi confident siya tama ako. Parang ito, tama ako, ito yung sasabi ko, ito yung pinaniniwalaan ko. Very dominating din po sila. At the end, dahil sa ganong style nila, they were able to control others. The disadvantage, sometimes blaming, intimidating, criticizing, even threatening, yan, nangyayari po yan. So if we are an aggressive communicator, medyo dapat, yung kanina po nasa baba, ito naman nasa taas masyado. So dapat medyo, ano po tayo, mag-level lang konti. Tone down ba? Tone down. Yung third, ayan, ito na yung a mixture of the passive and aggressive. It's both passive and aggressive. Paano ito nangyayari? May mga tao po na mga communicator na tahi-tahimik, sometimes tahi-tahimik po sila, but they have the idea.
Yes.
Tinatago lang nila. But when the time na kailangan nilang i-voice out, ayun, nagiging aggressive na po sila. But how? By force? Or by environment? Or by necessary
Situation.
factors? Yes po, situation nangyayari. So, ang disadvantage po nito, they matter. Ayun, kasi,
Yes.
kunyari ako, passive ako dati, tapos may pagka-aggressive din ako. I know, I have an idea, pero sa sarili ko. Ang mangyayari, you matter sa sarili mo. Parang, ay, ganito, ganyan. So, alam mo yun, parang nagkakaroon ng disagreement na sa group. So, yun yung aggressive. Bakit siya nagiging mixture? So, parang sinasabi, you can be a passive, you can also be aggressive. For what I understand on this, you can be both. I think there's no passive lang. Or maybe meron talagang tao na passive lang talaga, like me, na go with the flow lang ako. Kahit sometimes you're in danger na, go ka lang. Or maybe you are too aggressive. Wala ka talagang sinasanto. Laban lang, ganun. But here in the passive-aggressive, possibly pala yun na mangyari sa atin, being communicator.
Meron pong tanong po, sorry po.
Sige po.
Meron pong tanong po si Ma'am Elsa. What are the ways to encourage a passive communicator to open up, while how to tame and discipline aggressive communicators?
Ayan. Mag-ano po tayo. Thank you po kay Madam Elsa sa ating question. How can we, going back po kanina dun sa leadership style, meron po tayong tatawag na coaching. Dun po sa coaching, we're able to evaluate or take someone's strength and weaknesses. If we could define lang po, passive and aggressive, ang passive po is like a weakness po. It's like a weakness of someone's skills, communication skills. Ang aggressive naman, it can be a weakness and can be also a strength. Kasi he's able, hindi po siya nahihiya. So through coaching, once we able to evaluate this one, like ang keyword po natin kanina sa coaching, yung to provide or to maximize their potential. So if we know someone that are very passive, mga shy type person, yung mga tahitahimik lang. Excuse po, may call lang. Ayun po, tahitahimik lang. How we can coach them to be an aggressive? Actually, not to be an aggressive, just to level up, to voice up. Teach them on how we can able to address first their issues, bakit sila passive. Then we will teach them. So with that, we're able to maximize as a weakness into a strength. Kapag po kasi passive po ang speaker, usually ang naghihinder sa kanila yung nahihiya po sila. Nahihiya po sila. So through coaching, through session, ang coaching po kasi, hindi lang po kasi siya one time. Hindi po siya one time lang na session na, one time session, naging confidence ka na. Hindi po, even I po, sa Toastmasters, it takes a year and a half before po ako nag-join ng table topics or nagsalita. Kasi nahiya po talaga ako. Yes po, Madam Remy. I think Toastmaster Remy can relate kasi Toastmaster session is everyday po yan. Though I attend everyday, but I don't have the guts to speak. Lagi lang po ako nag-agree until I find myself na someone speaking and I see to myself na I have an idea. Then through leaders, they said, voice out, voice it up, voice it out. Because there's no right and wrong answer po. If may be wrong, we can correct it. At least we voice it out. I hope that the question po ng ano natin inasagot ng ating sa Q&A.
Apo.
Okay po. Next po, yung last communication style po is the assertive. Ayan, ito na po yung pinaka-importante sa lahat is to be assertive. Sa sarili ko lang po, before I will move forward, sabi ng aming elders sa Toastmaster po, some distinguished Toastmaster, since I'm leading now a division po, Division A, he told me, you have the wisdom, you have the skills, you just need to be assertive. sabi niya. You just need to be assertive. So on my end, nag-google agad ako kasi I have to make sure muna kasi, di ba? Kasi ano to, you're leading a division. It's not just a club po. You're leading a division which has more than 10 clubs, 14 or 13 clubs. So each club has more than 20 members, di ba, TM Remy, or less?
Yeah, more.
Yes po. Yes po. So, paano po ang assertive communication style? Ang assertive po is considered to be the most effective form of communication. It's the most effective. Why? Because with assertive communicators, or being assertive communicators, you were able to express your own needs, your desires, your ideas, and also the feelings. So comparing it with passive-aggressive or passive-aggressive, how assertive po ay pinaka-effective siya? Like was mentioned, kapag assertive ka, you can express almost everything, not just your wisdom, also your feelings. Kapag na-express niyo po ito, you're able to relay or impart to all your listeners, to all your audience, to all your members or within the organization, na maramdaman nila at marinig nila yung nasa utak mo. With that, kapag na-relay mo yon, they can also relay a feedback that can be helpful or helpful to them or helpful to you as well as a communicator. One of the keys to assertive communicator is using the statements such as I feel frustrated when you are late for a meeting, or I don't like having to explain this over and over. Parang it sounds negative. It also indicates ownership of feelings and behaviors without blaming the other person. So, very expressive kapag assertive in a moderate level, not in the nagiging demanding ka na or nagiging blaming, intimidating. Parang yung sakto lang. Hindi siya assertive, hindi siya passive-aggressive. Sakto lang siya, nasa middle lang siya. So, dahil naging expressive ka, almost everything, you're able to, nakukuha mo yung simpatsya ng lahat. They understand you. They understand you. Hindi sila magkakaroon ng limited information about you, na magkakaroon siya ng harsh feedback. So, they were able to understand you. Almost ikaw, as a whole, they will understand kung ano yung gusto mong i-relay na mensahe sa kanila. Being an assertive po, it says po here, yung both sides po win the situation. You win both the situation. Kasi you're able to express yourself, then mag-react ang iyong listener or yung audience or yung organization or member or follower, mag-react din sila. So magkakaroon kayo ng balance. You're balancing one's right with the right of others. Yun po ang assertive. Yes po, Sir Banichi.
Excuse me po, may tanong po si Mr. James Pinugo. I think I will allow him to talk. So, paki-unmute po, Mr. James.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you, sir, for giving me this. I just want to ask this question kasi para maganda na for me, being passive-aggressive is good enough. But you said the most ideal is being assertive. So, question: how do you transition, from being passive-aggressive to an assertive communicator?
Okay.
That's my question.
Good. Yes, that's good. That's good. Okay. Sir, answering your question is relating to myself. Paano ko po ito na-achieve? Parang ganon. So, I start as a passive. Passive po talaga ako since nung nag-aaral pa ako hanggang sa nag-work na ako until nag-Toastmaster po ako. I am very passive communicator po. And then, through Toastmasters, without bragging Toastmasters, through Toastmasters po, it's an organization, a platform po, na they coach me on how to define my weakness and strength. And they found out, and because of coaching, they're able to shine that strength and weakness within me. And for me, I'm able to see and reflect for myself that I have this kind of wisdom that can cause me into an aggressive one once there's a force for me to speak. Then I realized through this coaching and through Toastmaster also on how we can communicate properly, I've realized that sometimes it's good to be aggressive, but sometimes it's not good. So may atake siya. May atake siya. So you have to turn down. Kasi po ang passive-aggressive, ganun po siya. Para po siyang level. Up, down, up, down. Ang assertive po kasi, nandun ka na from the beginning up to end as nasa middle po kayo. So the transition is, for us to be as an assertive, we have to evaluate ourselves first. Before we speak, we have to think more than once, more than twice. If our words are good, our ideas are good. Kasi pag assertive ka na through passive-aggressive, you're able to evaluate yourself or makikita nyo na po. Kumbaga nagkakaroon ka ng imaginary picture on how to attack a certain situation or a certain statement po. On how we use words properly, on how we can use the words properly on a certain or specific situation. Ang transition po niya, there's no specific studies or course for this one. It's us po, nasa atin po iyon on how we can able to express ourselves in an assertive manner. But for me, how? First, I listen and listen and listen po. I'm listened to some great speakers or orators po sa Toastmasters, and I found out na mayroon pa palang mas magandang way para magsalita. Especially in evaluating someone. Meron po kasing session sa Toastmaster na evaluation session na on how to evaluate someone without hitting, on how to break their heart, instead make their speech or make their individuality a better one po. Yun po yung naging experience ko, and I hope po it helps or it satisfies your question po.
Siguro it's about time po na actually I was planning to say it sa huli, but you keep on mentioning po yung Toastmasters, so I want to take this opportunity na Comsopil has its own Toastmasters Club, the Toast of Comsopil. So katulad po ng sinabi ni PM Rosel na he developed his, yung na-develop po yung kanyang pagiging hindi lang passive but assertiveness also. So by joining Toastmasters, so I hope everyone here will also join our Toastmasters Club, Toast of Comsopil.
Yeah, thank you so much po, Mr. Wanichi. It's true po, kung to be for exaggeration lang, ako po yung tao na kahit sa daan, nakayuko po ako. Nakayuko. Marami pong mga bad experience or memories na within my family also, naging issue po yan. I'm sure po, ang family ko, actually nagulat po sila nung sinare ko itong link from Comsopil na ba't daw magki-keynote speaker ako, how? And they see na Division A Director ako kasi I never mentioned any about being a Toastmaster member po, TM Remy or fellow Comsopilian. I'm sure they are proud now at least kasi iba na yung Rosel na anak or kaibigan na kilala nila. Moving forward po, siyempre,
Sir?
I love challenges. Yes po, TM Remy.
I don't want to miss this message from James. He was saying that I can't ask a question, but my question: how do you transition from passive aggressive to assertive? It's a question to yourself.
Sarili ko po.
How did you how do you do the transition from
Okay.
passive aggressive to assertive?
Okay.
I think you
Opo. I think ito na rin yung sinagot ko kanina dun sa question ni Sir Wanichi. Since na-mention po yung Toastmasters, marami po kasing way for us, either by reading books or watching movies sometimes or talking with people. So talking with people, ito yung pinakamagandang platform for us. And I'm lucky na nakakita ko or natagpuan ko ang Toastmaster po. Kasi yung Toastmaster kasi isang grupo po ng organization. There are also some leaders. Same with Comsopil, meron po tayong mga leaders, president up to the parliamentarian na nagtuturo po ng communication skills. They coach, they teach us. Everything is there na po siya. Ito po yung sinasabi na pag leader ka na, mararamdaman mo, kasi nagiging built-in na sa sarili natin, mararamdaman mo yung bawat isa. Sa pagsasalita pala, makikita mo na hindi lang dahil edukado ito, makikita mo na yung kanyang character. hindi rin po sa galing ng kanyang utak. Nabanggit din po ni DTM James doon sa communication sa Series 1 na gumaganda ang isang tao or gumugwapo ang isang tao kapag magaling siya magsalita. Di ba? Yes po.
Ang
Sometimes,
gwapo ni Sir Wanichi.
yes. Sometimes po, nakakabenta pa tayo ng isang produkto
yes.
through communication. So, napaka-importante po ng communication. Hindi lang po sa sarili natin. For me po, it helps me also finding a job here in Saudi Arabia. Sa Saudi Arabia lang naman po natin with respect to our second home country. Sa Saudi Arabia, mahirap po tayo mahirap po sa Pilipino dahil third world country tayo. Usually, ang mga work natin, hindi po yung parang not for almost everybody na nakaka-reach ng isang manager level, ganun. Usually, nasa ano po tayo, yung nasa what kind of color ito? Blue or white, yung trabaho sa construction, sa restaurant, yung mga ganun po na work ang binibigay usually. Ganun din po ako nagsimula dito sa Saudi Arabia. And since I am passive, I took 4 years or almost 5 years po before I realized na sabi ko, ba't ganito lang? May pinag-aralan naman ako, may pinag-aralan po tayo, may naman po tayong utak or wisdom kahit pa paano, may experience din po tayo, and we have the character and personality towards achieving work. But hinayaan ko lang po na mag-stay ng ganun as a like assistant or secretary po, yung parang utusan as what they say sa mga joke ng mga kaibigan. But to Toastmaster, kalaunan po, I mean, on my third year in Saudi Arabia, Toastmaster po, it helped me how to boost my confidence first on how to speak. Nagulat na lang po sila ang aking amo, nakapagsalta na ako until to the point na ako na yung nagko-conduct ng training sa aking planning department. So may manager ako na Canadian, may manager ako na European. Then napunta sa akin yung mga role na ginagawa nila, which is pag pinakilala ko sarili ko, it doesn't find it ano mo yan, yung parang may posisyon, parang sasabihin nila, oh, Pilipino ka, you're training Saudis or different tapos sasabihin nila, oh, ang trainer natin Filipino. Then he's working as an assistant. Paano yun? Parang may mga ganun na. Then, if you are good in communication, like we mentioned, gumagwapo ka, gumaganda ka, gumagaling ka sa mata ng tao, hindi lang sa tenga. So yun yung kinaganda kung bakit kailangan din natin matuto ang mga communication na ito. Pag nag-communicate tayo, hindi lang po yung English language command ang importante dito. Yung pong way, yung paraan, yung mga words na ginagamit natin, how we can convey the message, at paano po natin ma-reach out yung saloobin ng isang kausap. Anyway, I think I'm going away with our topic. Just to, nirelate ko lang siya. So iyon, how it helps me. Nung na-interview po ako sa insurance company ng current job ko, they were impressed at, sorry po, hindi po ko nagmamayabang. They were just impressed the way I talk now, and I'm a president of this club. I was president that time, and they're saying why I let this happen to me na maging ganito daw for 4 years. So even I question myself. It's because I was passive. So this time, they say na it's your time to shine. I mean, everybody's have the time to shine. We just need to know the perfect time. And the perfect time is hindi bukas, hindi po mamaya. It's now. And I'm happy po ang ating audience for tonight. They are very assertive, I could say. Yes, active, assertive, yes. And again, thank you po. Yes, Mr. Vanchi.
May babasahin ko po ako sa mga sa ating mga participants from Nida Manuel. To be a good communicator, you should be a good listener. Galing naman po kay Elsa. Assertive communicator means being able to stand up for your own needs in a simple and direct manner. It does not attack or negate the needs of other people. You stand up for yourself and take responsibility for getting your needs met in a way that is beneficial for yourself and others. When you are being assertive, most people will respect you for your honesty and directness in a manner that is not rogue or arrogant. Yun po ang sabi ni Ms.
Yeah, lahat po yun totoo po. Totoo po yun. That's true. i-relate ko din po ulit sa Toastmaster. Ang Toastmaster, meron po siyang Toastmaster motto. I think, TM Remy, can you state the Toastmaster's motto?
For better thinking, for better listening, we learn by doing.
Ayun. Yun po ang Toastmaster's
Ewan
motto
ko,
po.
balik-baligtad yan.
Yeah. I think that answers po yung sinabi ni Sir Wanichi. Yes po, Mr. Wanichi po.
One more po kay James Pinugo. Thank you for the
Yes.
reply. I agree it is listening to excellent speakers, but I think it is also through reading and be more knowledgeable on a subject matter, or in
Yes.
short, to be a subject matter expert. When you are an expert on a subject matter, you will be assertive.
Yes.
Yes, yes, it's
Confident.
true. Yes po. Totoo po yun. Yun yung mga tinatawag natin mga technical knowledge. May mga learnings po kasi tayong natutunan sa pakikiusap sa tao lang. May mga nakukuha naman tayong learnings or knowledge by book. That's true po.
May I add one experience of mine or two experience of mine, if you don't
Sure po,
mind?
sure. Yes po.
In my work job as a project manager before, marami ako sa pakikitungo ko sa mga big boss, mga VPs or general manager, and I was delivering projects. And most of the time, naka-experience lang naman ng isa o dalawa. Sinasabi nila sa akin, you're insulting my intelligence. Now, in order for you, siguro sa atin sa mga iba, kung sinabihan ka ng gano'n, matatakot ka na dahil mataas na tao yon. And yet, so what I did is, naging assertive ako. Sabi ko, in a nice manner na kailangan po natin ito na dapat gawin para ito po yung tama. So, I've been assertive enough para maintindihan niya na ginagawa ko lang yung trabaho ko. So, that's one.
Yes.
Another experience of mine, nung kinuha ko from Cobar and then I was transferred to Riyadh sa aming mother company. And I don't know whether, hindi naman sa nagyayabang, kinuha ko dahil kailangan nila ako. So, from a technical manager into a engineer, senior engineer. So, I told the vice president who was getting me dahil kapasa ako sa interview sa isang kliyente. So, okay, if you want me, this is the salary that I want.
Wow, congrats. Congratulations.
And yet, sinabi naman sa akin, are you insulting my intelligence? And then, I've been assertive na ito yung kailangan. This is the industry standard. Mga ganun ba? And then, luckily, hindi ko naman ako yung gusto ko, pero at least malapit na doon.
Yes po. Yes po. That's true po.
Mashallah.
Yun po. Bali, yun yung four types of communication styles. Yung passive, yung pinatawag na parang go with the flow lang. Ito yung parang natanahimik sa sulok. Sumusunod lang kung ano ang sasabi ng karamihan. Ang aggressive naman, ito yung parang walang preno. Siya yung medyo may atake. At yung passive-aggressive combination ito, though its combination is not yet full, complete kasi up and down yan parang passive-aggressive ka. So there's still some missing flavor na sasabi. Ang assertive, ayan, ito yung parang may puso ka na, may conviction ka. You stand what you're talking about. Yun po yung complete. Yes. And with that, I believe po, everybody knows the difference of each. So I have a challenge again. The following will be some statements na sinasabi ng isang passive communicator, aggressive communicator, passive-aggressive communicator, assertive communicator. Let's start with the first one. Ang sinasabi niya, I just want to keep the peace. So anong communicator ito? Passive-aggressive, or assertive? Sabi niya, gusto lang niyang manahimik.
James Pinugo said passive.
Ayan, tama po. It's a passive communicator. Usually ito yung mga statement ng mga passive communicator. Next po is, I will get my way no matter what. Ayan, sabi niya, I will get my way no matter what. Anong pong communication style ito? Passive-aggressive, passive-aggressive, or?
Sabi ni Elsa, aggressive. Sabi ni Ed Paragison, aggressive.
Yes,
sabi ni
true.
Efren Parafina, aggressive. And Abelardo Enoch, aggressive.
Yes, tama po. Aggressive po yan. Sabi niya.
No matter what.
Nida Manuel, aggressive din.
Yes po. Correct po. Palakpakan po natin mga sarili natin. Ito naman po. Sabi niya, sure, we can do things your way. Tapos nagmamatter siya. Sabi niya, but your way is stupid. Mas magaling ako. Parang ganon. Ano ito? Anong communicator po ito? Parang sinasabi niyang agree siya,
Double
pero...
face.
Ayan na. Double face siya. Double face siya. So, I think maraming clue dito.
Sabi ni Ed Paragison, passive-aggressive. Elsa, passive-aggressive. Ma'am Remy, ikaw sa chat natin.
Passive-aggressive.
Passive-aggressive
From
siya.
Raymond. Wait a minute. From, nawala. From Raymond, passive-aggressive. From Rodolfo de Vera. And Mr. James Pinugo's question on how this is another thing to level up oneself from passive communicator to aggressive communicator is to develop self-confidence. This is another insight. Like what Sir Russell Sazon's testimony, where his intercultural communicative competence must be articulate. Additional lang po, sabi niya.
Yes. Tama naman po. Thank you po. So, next na po tayo.
From Elsie Bajaw, our board of director. Passive-aggressive.
Yes, correct. Ang gagaling po ng
Right.
ating mga audience ngayon, nakakatuwa naman.
Lahat
Ibig sabihin,
sila.
nakikinig po sila. Yes po. Be proud of ourselves po. Now, ito po statement ng isang communicator. Sabi niya, I realize I have choices in my life and I consider my options. May kino-consider siya.
Sabi ni
So, very broad yung...
Raymond, assertive. Sabi ni Raymond, tsaka ni James.
May isa pa,
Yes.
sir.
Tama.
Si
Assertive
Ed
po yan.
Paragison, assertive. Dominic Bantilio, Elizar Bantilio, assertive. Elsa, assertive.
Si
Thank you
James,
po lahat po.
assertive.
Yes, correct po.
Efren,
Okay,
assertive.
one more. Last two more po. Ayan. Ito naman po. Sabi niya, I respect the rights of others. Napakinggan niya ang karapatan
Mabait
ng iba.
naman. I like
Si Tiam
that.
Remy po yan.
Ay, minsan lang po.
Minsan lang.
Assertive daw, sabi ni Elsa. Si Ed Paragison, assertive.
Yes,
Elsie
correct
is
po.
assertive.
Yeah, I
Abelardo
like
is
that.
assertive.
Yes, assertive po yan.
Mhm.
And last but not the least, ayan na. It's all your fault, sabi niya.
Oh gosh.
Umatak.
Aggressive
Aray.
daw, sabi ni Ed.
Aggressive.
Antindi. Blaming. Ayan na, blaming siya. Yes. Aggressive communicator
It's
po
all your
yan.
fault. Blamer.
Yes.
Aggressive.
Ayan po.
Efren, aggressive daw.
Yes po. Kung baga po itong mga communicators, may kulang, may sobra, may sakto lang. so doon po tayo sa assertive. Yung sakto yung acceptable in the eyes of everybody. Yun po, doon po tayo. So out of that four communication style, I believe everybody will choose assertive. And I strongly suggest po, remember po, everybody is a leader. So, and don't be shy po to voice out anything inside you as long as you know and you consider others right. Yung sakto lang, wag too much aggressive.
Oo naman.
Ayan. And now, we are moving forward on how we can achieve how we can accomplish our goals. It says here there are some strategic drivers. Strategic drivers are the forces that shape an organization's strategy. Ito po yung mga bagay-bagay na internal and external. It can be the changes. It can be the people. It can be the technology. Marami po yan, mga strategic drivers. On the next slide po, I will share with you some of the strategic drivers that affects or that can shape an organization's strategy. Ayan. Meron pong change by profits, by people, planet. Even planeta po, sinasabi ang planeta, may strategic driver siya, the mission, the ethics, politics is there, the corporate culture, the rewards and incentives, regulation and taxes, markets, and so on and so forth. Ito po yung mga strategic driver. It drives an organization. So, sa ComSoFil po, what are the internal and external driver po para mag-come up tayo to a strategy po or organizational strategy? I believe internally we have people there, the members, right? The people. The, opo. The corporate culture is also there as internal. That I believe the opportunities and risk is always present in all organizations, whether it's non-profit or profit organization. So, ayan po yung mga example. Like for example, for strategic driver, a chain of DVD rental shop must adapt to digital media formats. So, sa isang organization, this change po, kung ang business po natin in nag-aano ng DVD, movies, ganyan, ngayon lahat digital na. So we have to do another strategy. That change. We have to change our business policies, business processes. Dito po yung ano. But why we are tackling all this? Ang question po, why we are tackling all this strategic driver? Simple lang po, to understand everything around us. Like before, we're talking only people. Here, it's also here, people, strategic driver. In order for us to accomplish something or a goal, we should know our people. If it's a business, we should know our market, right? If it's a business also, we should know the competitive forces. So for us, why we should know this one? In order for us to come up for a good strategy for this. So sa ating mga tao, kung alam natin na mahihirapan sila sa isang changes, for example, sa isang kumpanya, nagkaroon ng layoff, how we can properly disseminate the information. Hindi naman tayo pwedeng basta-basta din na magtatanggal. We have some qualifications we have to evaluate in terms of their performance maybe, or in terms of their tenure. May mga ganong bagay-bagay. At also, baka kasi usually ito they consider here in Saudi Arabia, like if it's a family man, they consider that also. Kasi di naman ganun kadali po na magtanggal ng trabaho ang isang family man or isang breadwinner of the family. So ito yung reason po why we need to know or to understand in order to achieve a goal. So going back to that example, kung magtatanggal po tayo ng empleyado sa isang kumpanya, may goal po tayo why tayo magtatanggal, right? Kung magtatanggal lang po tayo ng basta-basta ng isang empleyado na di natin alam kung ano yung background niya, instead na makatulong po sa organization natin, posibleng makasira din po. How? Pwede itong tao na to na tinanggal natin, for example, maglalabas siya ng information inside the business or inside the organization. It can be a bad information or a good one. Pwede din po niyang gamitin ito na makakasama sa ating organization. So, di natin ma-achieve yung maayos ang ating goal. So, paano po? Usually, ang isang organization, ang ginagawa na, kinakausap po nila isa-isa. So, dyan pumapasok na naman ang communication. At pumapasok din po dyan ang leadership. So, a leader and a member up to the lowest level, pag nag-usap po iyan, no matter how far the distance between the two of them, magkakaroon ng bond. Magkakaroon siya ng harmonious relationship, even if they're discussing something that is not good impact for the other side. So ito po yung dahilan bakit kailangan nating alamin yung mga strategic driver for us to achieve or accomplish the goal that we want. Hindi lang po tayo basta-basta. And of course, accompanied with a good communication styles and a good leadership style also, a goal can be achieved po. Yun lang po yung gusto kong i-point po dito. Strategic, we should know or understand the strategic drive. Yes po, Madam Ren.
Sir Russell, Mr. Abelardo Enoch has a very excellent or exemplar contribution about the matter. He mentioned here COVID-19 and the lockdown is a major driver nowadays. Our world change.
Yes, true.
Excellent.
It's a world change. Yes, totoo po yan. It's one of the, and ano po yan papasok po siya sa change or maybe the planet because it's pandemic.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yes po. And thank you to Sir Abelardo for raising that one, indeed a good example of strategic driver that we are facing, everybody's facing right now. Even us
Yes.
we are already affected, but we still need to know how to strategize these things. Even for myself, di ba, no one's
Even
exempted.
us
I
na.
mean, yes po, at ng kumpanya, we are all thinking sa parang plan B. We're thinking
Yep.
for a plan B, opo, every now and then. It's all in our mind po. Ayan, thank you so much to Sir Abelardo. And that is strategic driver. And it's a good example, the current event or current situation we have right now, the pandemic of coronavirus or COVID-19. Now, in coaching strategies, in order to drive, since we now know the drivers, the strategic drivers, there are 10 effective coaching strategies to drive a team success or to achieve our goals or to accomplish our goals. Yeah. Number one, this is the major important one, is to know your employees or know your people. Even in an organization like Toastmasters, I have to know my people. I have to know my officers with me. Second is to foster transparency. Yan. Just foster transparency, being honest. Collaboration is the key. No man is an island. One mind, two heads better than one. So we have to collaborate all these heads or all this wisdom that we have within. Now, create a clear objectives and goals. Yan. Part na to ng foster transparency. We have to be transparent with all the objectives and goals for us to have a future discussion. And of course, people love recognition and celebration. So every now and then, we achieve a short-term goal. So we have to celebrate for that one. And it gives a positive vibe to the whole organization. And so on, the build mutual trust. Ayan. So 1 to 5, parang umuulit na lang siya. So build mutual trust. When we foster transparency, we are building trust to each and everyone. Number 7, we're paving the way for success. Ayan. When we celebrate success and we have a clear objective and goals, it's easy for us to pave the way to success, right? Number 8, share constructive feedback. Ayan. With this, number 3, collaboration is the key. So when we are collaborating to each other, we're able to share and we're able to communicate each and everyone within the organization na magkakaroon tayo ng mga constructive feedback for sure. Siyempre, di naman lahat mag-agree sa isang idea. So dahil doon, nagkakaroon tayo ng mga constructive feedback until we come up with one or clear objective or goal. Number 9, yan, we ask for feedback. Hindi lang tayo aggressive na nasasalita or a very authoritative leader. We have to ask also for feedback. We have to listen. Like one of our audience mentioned, he said na a great leader or great communicator, he knows how to listen. Yan, totoo yan. And last but not the least, we know how to manage some inter-team disputes. Yan, on how we can able to resolve a certain dispute or problem within the organization. If we could notice, 1 to 5 po, yun yung parang major ingredients ng isang pagkain, 1 to 5. Then 6 to 8 or 9, dun na lang siya, dun sa first 5 po, lumalabas yung 6 to 7, 8 or 9, or parang nagiging extra or within na lang siya. But on this one, I would like to ask someone po, 1 to 10, what do you think po on this, out of 10 po, or let's say 1 to 5 na lang, it's the most important po here. You feel important. Don't be safe po, there's no right or wrong answer here. What do you feel po, or what do you think na out of this 10 po, which one is the most important one to achieve a success or in order to strategize also?
One.
Yes, Hans.
Still?
Yes po, Sir Wanichi.
Mr.
Okay.
Hans.
Yes. I would say know your employees. For me, this is the foundation of everything. Because
Okay.
for a company or for an organization to run smoothly and to achieve the goals that they have set for the fulfillment of their mission, their vision, and their goals, the foundation of everything, the backbone of everything will always be the people working on achieving all these goals that they set. So it's know your employees for me.
So
Thank you,
Russell,
Toastmaster Han. Yes, po.
in addition to that, another gentleman answered the same thing. This is Sir James Pinugo. Know your
Wow, Sir
employees.
James. Sir
And
James. Thank you, Sir
Sir
James.
Abelardo Enoch said, create clear objectives and goals.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
For
thank you, thank
Sir
you.
Efren Parafina, he also said create clear objectives and goals. So let those
Yes.
answers coming in, our dear participants.
Yeah, keep on sending your answers or your messages. I will just answer also my question based on how I able to. I'm not saying that achieve it or accomplish something. For me as well, I totally agree with some of our members or audience about knowing our people or knowing your employees. This is a very broad. This is a very broad statement. If we know someone, we know them not just by face, not just by name. We also know their belief. We also know their desire. We also know their understanding. We also know what's in their mind or their skills. And I believe if we know everything with our people, we know also that we need to foster, if there's a need to foster transparency. Because if our members are a little bit passive, we feel like they just need they just need to feel the trust for them to voice out.
Mm-hmm.
And if we know them also, we can able to make a collaboration because we know one to another one,
Yes.
and you can start that one and you can build a collaboration between the two. And we also know if we know our people, they need to have or to know the objectives clearly and our goals. And of course, if they're also human, they love success and 6 to 7 to 10 and so on and so forth. This is how I understand things. Whenever we are, wherever we are, it's always this this um, this thing we have to know our people, or sometimes coming from our own, we have to know ourselves also before we able to speak
No
out. We have to
others.
know it for our, yes. Same with those people that are selling. You cannot sell something that you don't know a product. Ah, yes, so Sir Mr. Vanichi.
Babasahin ko rin po yung message ni Ed Paragison. For me, it's build mutual trust. If you have mutual trust, you know that everyone aims same goals or objectives.
Yes, yeah, that's also true. That's also true. Yeah, trust is very important. Any more, Sir Vanichi, Madam Remy? Is there any? I
Ganun
love
din po
hearing to our.
Oh, you love
si
hearing, huh? Okay,
Yeah, I
let
love
me tell
listening
you
to the.
something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to till 10. The ComSopil 2020 has all these things. And I'm very proud to be one
Mashallah.
of them.
And
Really, it's true.
humbled. Yeah, that's really, really, I believe Comsafil will achieve a great success in the future. I
Thank
believe.
you.
And so already, I think they're already achieving it every day. Congratulations in advance. Moving forward, these skills, as you can see, influence skills. Why we have to know influence skills. But before that, let's just know what this influence skills is. It says here, it shows in our screen, is about behaving or acting in ways that offers others the invitation to change. Or accommodate your own wishes while accepting that they may be unable to or unwilling to or are unprepared to meet our request to be influenced. It can be ethical and unethical influence. So in our own words, fellow Comsafilian, to the whole world watching or listening, is influence skills important to achieve our goals or the results that we want? Is influence skills important? Anyone? No one?
Wala pa.
Yeah.
Anyone,
Okay.
guys?
Hearing none. Yes. Yes. Hearing none. It's also, this is a value added skills that we need to learn on how to influence others. But influencing our followers, others, or our members or employees is classified into ethical and unethical influence. So what's the difference? I believe ethical and non-ethical, they are a bit self-explanatory.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yep.
Like
So
actresses, sir.
yes,
Like movie stars. They influence people
yes,
like me.
true.
Joke.
Yeah, yeah. It's is it easy to is it easy to influence people?
No.
There are a lot of ways to influence,
Yeah.
but what's important is we know how to influence. That's what I mentioned. It's classified into two, ethical and unethical. So that technically ethical means something that is morally accepted or morally correct or principled. So ito yung gusto lahat ng tao. That's not against. Kasi pag against siya, that's unethical. So how we able to influence others if we are doing it unethically? So it will not be effective, right? It will not be effective influence if we're using it unethically. Marami sa ating mga leaders, um, they're using different platforms like social medias. Sometimes they're using an ethical way, like Toastmaster or Madam Remy mentioned, some actresses, in order to be noticed in the limelight, sometimes they're doing some, they call scandals or whatsoever. In such a way, scandals is unethical for others, pero nakaka-influence pa rin siya. And problem is our youngsters, yung mga bata, they were able to influence what they're doing. So that's a little bit sensitive and crucial for an influencer or a leader to do such things as unethical influence. I think someone would like to ask.
Sir Russell, can I?
Yes po. Yes,
Yeah.
Miss Emma.
With regards to influential skill, I think it has a correlation for the why we are always protecting our integrity for those leaders. Dahil po sa influential skills, sa ethical side. So, if you are a leader and you are not guarding your integrity, do you think people will believe you? Do you think people will follow you? Kaya po, yung mga leaders usually, they are guarding their integrity. Mga potential leaders.
True. I agree. Yes, I agree.
Ethical side ng influential skill.
Yeah, I agree with that. Is there anyone? Yes po. Yes, that's true po. Usually kasi pag leader tayo, we want to show up as much as perfect as we could. So sometimes they're trying, not they're trying, they're doing this influence and it becomes a skill for them because pinag-aaralan nila yon. Paano nila ito mai-relay sa madla or sa people nila or sa follower nila. The danger is if we are like yung ako, if we don't foster transparency, ang mangyayari, gagamitan nila ng unethical influence sometimes. Sometimes it happens that way. So, fellow Comsophilian, it's important to have this influential skills or influence skills, provided that it is ethical, it is morally correct or principled or accepted by many. we should not use at least unethical ways to influence others because parang ano ito eh, parang sekreto na di nabubunyag. Definitely, it will show up. The fire will burn kapag itinago pa rin natin ito. So, it is strongly recommended or suggested at least we influence our people ethically. Yun na po yung skills na dapat natin malaman na it has to be morally correct or principled because we are a leader. So as much as possible, we have to carry our people on the right path, on the right way. Yan po. Yes po, Sir Wanichi.
Magbabasa po ako sa mga comments from the chat. Galing po kay Rodolfo De Vera. Skill is influential. A set of basic rules that are gained through learning or with direct experience in life are termed as life skills. These skills enable groups and individuals to tackle various sorts of issues and problems effectively, which are commonly faced in daily life. They are the abilities for adaptive and positive behavior that enable human beings to deal with every life challenges and situations effectively. One needs them to make the most out of life. In short, any life skill which is useful in life can be considered as a life skill. Sabi naman po ni Ma'am Elsie Bahaw, influence skills requires also to take others' perspective into account.
Yes, correct po. Yan. Doon na po pasok yan. Like we mentioned before, there was 10 strategic, yung know your people. Yan, lahat yan, not ng flavor yan. As we move forward po sa discussion na to or sa session na to, lahat po na nadakal natin from the beginning, nagsasama-sama po yan. Para po yung isang puzzle. So ngayon, we're done with influence skills. Let's move now to the negotiation skills. So we need to know pa rin pala paano mag-negotiate. How we negotiate on how to accomplish our goal. Negotiation skills is the qualities that allow us or two or more parties or individuals to reach a compromise. These are often soft skills and include abilities such as communication. Ayan, nandiyan na naman ang communication, persuasion. Yeah, when we persuade, sometimes we use the influence skills, right? Also. Yes po. Planning, ayan, nandiyan yung planning, number 1. Strategizing and cooperating. Understanding these skills is the first step to becoming a stronger negotiator. Ayan, yun yung mga skills na kailangan. These skills also depend on our environment also. It's not applicable kahit saan. Their intended outcome and the parties involved as well. So we have to consider. I have here with me the negotiation skills, 6 integrative negotiation skills that can help us to achieve our goals or getting the answer yes to someone we are negotiating with. The first is to separate the people from the problem.
Separate people from the problem? Okay.
Yes, separate the people from the problem. Second is focus on the interest, not on the positions.
Okay.
Third is to learn to manage emotions. When we negotiate, we have to learn to manage emotions. Number 4, express appreciation. Ayan, parang umuulit lang, di ba? Kanina dun sa out of 10, meron yung let's celebrate. Ito, parang ganun din yan, express appreciation. Number 5, put a positive spin on your message. Ito parang may twist. Kasi, ano to, negotiation to on how we can get the yes. So out of these 6, actually, it's a step, para silang steps. That's why they were numbered one more pala, sorry. And number 6 is escape the cycle of action and reaction. So these are 6 integrated negotiation. They are like a steps. Kasi first, from 1 to 6, these are what we need to focus or we need to get or to call this one? I forgot the right word.
To get what we want.
Yes, yes, we need to consider these 6 for us to get an answer yes when we negotiate. Yes po. So in number 1, it says separate the people. Yes, separate the people from the problem. So negotiation po, it's easy to forget that our counterparts have feelings. They have also some opinions. They also have
Yes.
some values and some backgrounds that can contribute from what they want. When misunderstandings and conflict arise in negotiation, we need to deal with the people problem directly rather than trying to gloss over it with concessions according to the authors. Yes po, TM Remy po.
Yeah, in number one, just mentioning separate people from the problem. I just wanted to share to you that, in other words, we can say that I love you, but I don't like what you did.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Dito po sa separate the people from the problem. Actually, we should not discuss about the problem. We should discuss about the goal that we want to. The problem is a separate issue for someone we are talking to. So we
Yes.
should not deal with that po. We should not deal with that po. We may hear from him, let him speak about his problem. Then after that, we separate, we move forward. At least he feel that we are with him or with her. Second is focus on the interest, not on the positions. When we are negotiating, we should not highlight the positions of each. Kasi it will cause boundaries. It will cause boundaries within the two. Magkakaroon ng distance po or gaps. For example, we're negotiating, I'm an employee only, and you're talking to me as a CEO, and you're talking about this position that I am a CEO, this and blah, blah, blah. Because if we talk too much on the positions, he will feel far from you, or there will be a gap between the two of you. We should focus directly on the interest. Of course, we should know the position of each. For example, hi, I'm Rosel, I'm the executive assistant of this and that, and I'm talking to you because I need to confirm the schedule of something like that, at least to know about you, but not to focus on the position. We should go directly to the interest or what we wanted.
Yeah.
Second is to learn to manage emotions. Sometimes when we are dealing, some people, they put emotions. Or when I was working in a bank, I've become a collection officer. See, I'm a collection officer, but I'm a passive. How come is that one? I became a collection officer. Then this client is trying to, yung takutin ako. Pumunta ako sa bahay niya, tapos may baril siya, nilabas yung asong malaki, something like that. So, but I am just, my focus is only to collect from him, right? So learn how to manage the emotions on this one. You have your emotion, the people that you're talking to also have the emotion. So you have to manage with that and focus on the interest.
Maningil.
Yes, a target, yes. Yun po yung gusto niyang ipahiwatig. And number 4, express appreciation. Ayan. We have to express some appreciation. Lagi yan dapat. Kasi gusto ng tao, yun yung pinupuri natin. For example, kinokolekta ko si Madam, ang ganda ng bago mong kulay na buhok. Something like that. Tuturuan ka magante, mambola. Kailangan mo matutong mambola. So, Madam, ang ganda ng buhok natin, ang ganda ng bagong kotse. Tapos balik ka na sa intention mo. Madam, next week po, due date na. Parang ganyan. That's part of it na how to negotiate people. Mga example lang yan based on my experience.
Mm-hmm.
Then number 5, ayan, yun yung put a positive spin on your message. Ito yung parang twist. Kasi definitely, pag ang isang tao na kinakausap natin, mayroon tayong gusto, papahirapan ka niyan eh. Either magdrama siya, kaya nga dapat iwasan yung emotion. Either na gumawa ng ibang bagay-bagay. So, always put a positive spin. Parang, ito yung parang, bibigyan mo siya ng twist. Pag kinausap mo siya, huwag ka munang dumiretso na parang, Sir, I need this. Alam mo yon, iganon mo muna siya. So, parang pag nag-Toastmaster po tayo, TM Remy, pag nag-evaluate, di ba, pagandahan mo na yung evaluation. Tapos, dun sa negative side on how we can give him or her a positive
iiyak.
Yes po. Yun yung bigyan na, kaya spin siya. Paikutin mo muna. Huwag mo nang biglain. Kasi definitely pag mayroon tayong gusto sa isang tao, alam niya eh. Lalo kung naniningil ka, alam niya naniningil ka, nakita pa rin mukha mo sa pintuan. Or tumawag ka pa lang, alam na naniningil ito. So, bigyan natin ng mga, kumusta po? How's your vacation po? Kumusta po yung anak niyo? Balta ko po, ganyan, mga ganyan. Ipalabukin mo na siya. And last but not the least po, escape the cycle of action and reaction. Ito yung parang is a reminder lang ito dun sa number 3
Number 3.
and number 3, then applying 4 and 5. Yan, we can apply all those here. So para makatakas, idaan sa appreciation, idaan sa palabok. Kasi mayroon niyang reaction kagad. Mayroon niyang siguradong reaction eh. Baka pagkikita pa lang, oh, ba't nandito ka? Something like that. Alam na kasi. So this 6 po, usually, ang kailangan natin para maging successful ang negotiation. So in order to have a good negotiation skills, we should always impart this 6 negotiation skills para ma-achieve natin yung yes or yung positive outcome or ma-accomplish natin yung target natin. Yeah, number 1, we have to separate the people from the problem, focus on interest, not position, learn to manage emotions, express appreciation, put a positive spin on your message, and number 6, escape the cycle of action and reaction. I think itong 6 na ito, they're not enough, and I'm sure our audience, and I'm opening the chat box again for our audience, if they could add something to be a successful negotiator. Or anyone, maybe si Sir Wanichi, meron siya, baon.
Naalala ko yung sinabi ko kanina nung sinabi ko na gusto mo pala akong kunin eh. O sige, ito yung gusto ko. But ang tagal ng usapan namin kasi sinabihan niya ako ng, even doon sa mga dating mga nakausap ko na you're insulting my intelligence. So lahat po ng mga yan ay sok na sok dun sa sinabi niyo at sa mga na-experience ko. But I also want to add, yung when you feel that there's a stalemate na hindi nagbabudge yung isa, offer a win-win situation wherein you offer a piece na you can compromise and yet he will also feel that he is also winning something. So that way, it will be a win-win situation and you will still get what you want. Yung yung talaga hindi gusto mo, but it will also be some kind of a compromise and yet both parties will not feel that they are losing something. I will call it a win-win situation.
Yes. It's true. Thank you so much, Sir Wanichi. Actually, that's a good reminder. Nakalimutan ko din siya. Yeah, it's true. We should always have, at the end, a win-win situation. Kasi at the end of the day, if we are working, like in my situation, I need my work. I need also that client or customers. In our organization, we need our officers if you are the president. We also, or a leader, we need them. And also, we also need our members. So yes. That's true. Thank you so much, Sir Wanichi, for highlighting that. Yeah, it's good to have a win-win situation. We have to make sure there's always a win-win situation at the end of this negotiation. Thank you so much, po.
So kumbaga, kapag when you when you know that you are going to go to a negotiation na situation or event, make sure na may mga baon tayo na what if hindi pumayag siya, ano pa yung i-offer ko? What if ito ang sinabi niya? Kasi sa akin on my experience in negotiations, I will let the person talk. Sige, salita ka lang para makakuha ko ng mga iba't ibang information to make it turn around na it will be favorable on my side kung pwede.
Yes.
And yet,
true.
Kung hindi favorable but may nakuha akong information sa kanya, then okay, ito pala yung feelings mo, ito pala yung situation mo, I can offer something for him to bite on until such time na, yes, we both agree together.
Yes, it's true. Yes po, Madam Remy.
I have to read this from Leonida's message. Appreciation is a fundamental human need in both professional and private life. We want to be appreciated by what we are, what we do, and what we achieve. It is demoralizing when you are not recognized, true, appreciated for your efforts and skills. This is from Miss Leonida Manuel.
Yes, true. Tama po yan. Thank you, Madam Leonida.
And there is something also from Elsa. Preparation, timing, leaving behind your ego. Ramp up your listening skills, anticipate compromise, and offer and expect is also important in any negotiation.
Yes, it's true. Tama po. Thank you po. Yes, Sir Wanichi po.
Wala na po, ma'am. Kay Ma'am Elsie Bahaw po, Ma'am Remy.
From Elsie Bahaw, negotiation skills are qualities that allow two or more parties to reach a compromise that involves soft skills of communication, persuasion, planning, strategizing, and cooperation, and that depends on different factors, such as environment, your intended outcome, and the parties involved. Also from Sir Abelardo, yes, a compromise to end a deadlock of a negotiation.
Yes, true. Thank
Wala
you
akong
so much
masabi.
po. Ang gagaling ng ating mga audience. Palakpakan po natin.
Wala akong masabi.
Yes.
Nakakahilo ang
Yes.
galing nyo.
Nakakatuwa po. Yes po, and our last po, the last session is regarding the empowering others. So first, we are leading, so we are planning. Then the ways is to know how to communicate. Then there are some skills being discussed, like negotiation and influence. And now we are now in the action. But how we can able to do the action? Because we as a leader, we're not an island. So we need our members to be empowered. So we are now empowering others, or our followers, our employees, our people. Empowering means to putting power into, and it can also mean bringing energy and enthusiasm out of. So the first step in empowering people is to refrain from doing anything that disempowers them or reduce their energy and enthusiasm for what they are doing. So here, it means positive lang. Everything should be positive. Kasi yun naman ang gusto ng tao. In order to get yung saloobin nila, we have to give what they want also. Like Sir Wanishi mentioned, it's a win-win situation. In order for them to work, we have to give them what they need first. In empowering others or empowering people, I have here with me, but I forgot to put in the slides. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 items that we will just tackle. First is to determine the key people to power. Definitely po, in one organization, we have someone or maybe more than one that are the key people. Like for example, in an organization, we have members. We have the stronger one. We have the not so stronger. We can be, say, a weak one or a stronger one. So we have to start empowering that people. Why? Because empowering that people, we can use him to empower the others. Definitely, that strength of that person can be utilized by the leader in order to help him to disseminate the information, to cast out the plan or the ideas. It's also easy for that key people or to the key person to have a common goals, because you can sense that if he have what you have the same understanding, you can use and utilize him. For that, the rest will follow also. Yun po yung determine, or you have to find out sino dito yung magagaling na that we can be put, or sa isang organization, if we know someone, magaling to sa PR, let's designate him as a PR manager. Magaling ito sa accounting background nito, pwede natin siya maging treasurer. Or pwede sabihin, mayaman ito, maraming pera sa bangko, pwede natin siya maging treasurer. Something like that. So we have to determine that person, that specific person to empower. Next is to always be positive. Ayan. Lahat naman gusto maging positive, wag lang sa coronavirus. When we are positive, maganda yung registra mo sa kanila, yung registration mo sa tao. Kung magaan ano mo sa kanila, like what they say, pleasing personality, laging ganun, di ba? Lahat ng laging may pleasing personality. And nowadays, people are also visual. They like beautiful things. Pag magandang kausap, may chance na mapa-oo natin, may chance na makuha, di ba? So yan, always be positive. Laging gusto natin lahat positive. Wag lang sa corona, please. Third is to satisfy the deepest needs. Ayan na. When we satisfying the deepest needs of our member, we are feeling what they don't have, And in return, they will give. Parang doon na sila magpe-perform. Right? Kahit sa trabaho, sometimes if we are under salary on our work, feeling mo lang may nalaman ka doon, tapos pero kami ng trabaho, tapos magkaiba.
Yes.
Diba? Sometimes nagkakaroon yun ng issue eh. So we have to satisfy the deepest needs. So sometimes kahit maliit na bagay for others, malaking bagay yun sa iba. Sometimes treatment, sa treatment lang din. Kung di natin na-fulfill yung treatment sa iba, parang may favoritism, magkakaroon yun ng clash sa organization. So we always satisfy the deepest needs of everyone. And next, yan, continually express appreciation by giving awards, recognition, incentives, certificates. I think that's more than enough, or celebration. Yan. Pag Pinoy tayo, gusto natin may pakain si mayor, ganyan, pag Pinoy. Pag sa organization, of a professional or corporate world, they want recognition. It can be salary increase, mga ganyan, or certification, or recognition within the organization. Yan, importante yan. It sounds to be the simplest way to make another person feel good by giving that appreciation or saying thank you on every occasion for every job or for every great job well done. Parang ganon. Say thank you or that appreciation, malaking bagay na po yun. And last but not the least, to have an action exercises. How these action exercises empower people or to do an action. Yun nga po, when we have all this, the first 5 things that we mentioned, determine the key people to empower, always be positive, satisfy the deepest needs, continually express appreciation, madali na nating ma-achieve yung pag-act nila or to follow you as a leader. And with that, it's easy to achieve also our goal kapag nag-act na yung tao. So it's very important to have our members, our people, our employees to empower them. So ano yun mga yon? Giving appreciation, satisfying their needs. What else? Being positive. Yan, yun po yung mga things that we should put into consideration to empower others. Maybe some of our audience or Mr. Wanichi, baka meron siya as our board of trustees, maybe he can share something or can be a value added on this topic to empower people.
Yes po, talaga po na mas maganda po na if we empower all our members, our officers, kasi kapag may empower mo sila, they will feel that they are important. They will feel that they belong to the community. There's one experience that I have when I was still the president 20 years ago, wherein hindi siya nagpa-participate, hindi siya palaging nandoon. Pero wala siya sa meeting or pag discussions is hindi siya napa-participate. But when I gave him an activity, doon siya nag-participate. Siguro dahil passive pala siya noon. And then ngayon, pero nung binigyan ko na siya ng responsibility or empowerment na, sige, pwede ba ikaw na lang gumawa nito? And then naging alive siya. So maganda po yun na to empower others.
Yes po, totoo yan. And when they feel appreciated,
yes po,
magkakaroon ng it will be left in their memories. Parang they will stay with you, they will be loyal to you, they will believe in you. Opo. Yes po, TM Remy.
So there is an additional from Sir Abelardo. A good leader is good empowering the members by delegating them to their appropriate role in the organization. And additional is, I mean, good in empowering the members.
Meron po sige po ma'am.
And Ma'am Elsie Bahao says, empowering others is not just giving the power and authority to others, but the most is believing in them to whom we give the power to go after their dreams of achieving the best of the best that they can do.
Yes.
Galing po kay Ma'am Nida Manuel. By the way, si Ma'am Nida Manuel ay our Board of Trustees na nasa Pilipinas na po. And it's very early na po doon. So sabi
Good
po ni
morning
Ma'am
po.
Nida Manuel, good morning Ma'am Nida, in empowering, there should be delegation as both are effective tools in effective leadership.
Yes, true. True po. Yes. A leader, ito yung one ingredient that a leader should not miss is to empower his people or his followers, because we are not, I mean, no man is an island, as they say. True. We cannot move or achieve our goals without the help or the support of our people or our followers or in an organization or business employees. And with that, I will be flashing a photo next after this one. I think it's not yet coming. Where is it? Okay, yeah. I have a photo that here on the screen. I hope everybody see the photo.
Yes.
It is a puzzle. Yeah, it's a puzzle. With our topic for tonight, how could we summarize? I think I could, because it's the last part. How we can summarize the whole session by this photo. I'm opening this one to everyone, and no one is exemption. No right and wrong answer here. Please feel free, and I think this will be fun. And I would love to hear for everybody as well. I will give mine if you want now or later, but I want everybody to voice out and to hear. Yes,
Yes,
po,
sir.
Miss
Can
Emma.
with
Sure
this
po.
photo, it's a puzzle. For me, it signifies that each one of us plays an important role in the community. That's all. Back to you, sir.
Thank you. Next po.
Sir TM Rizal, according to Mr. Abelardo Enoch, one completes the whole. And also from Miss LC, a saying, united we stand, divided we fall. So that's what they see from their interpretation of the picture.
Okay. Yes. Any more? Anyone?
Sir, can I add what I have explained
Sure.
earlier?
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
with this photo and when we are talking about a community or organization or a company, see, you cannot complete the puzzle without one. Okay, so whatever our position is, either we are on the top management or in the lower position, be a cleaner or a gardener or a driver, still we play an important role in the community or in the company. Without us, it will not be complete. That's all, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, TM Remy.
Yeah, for me, I don't want to be the missing one. Okay?
That's
But
so
rather,
sweet.
I want to be the one to help to complete the puzzle.
Wow, that's nice. Yes.
Yun lang.
Yeah.
Mr. from Ed Paragison, to summarize, everyone has space to fill in order to accomplish things and getting things done. From Elsa, that is from Mr. Ed Paragison.
Yeah, we have 4.
Yeah, true. Ang galing ng ating mga audience.
Wala akong masabi.
Ang masabi. Sir Wanichi, meron po siyang sasabihin? O save the best for last.
Yes po. I believe yung picture na po yan is everyone needs everyone. So mas maganda po na lahat po tayo we all have a part na to play or to give para sa kabuuan ng Comsupil. Yung pang sasabi ko po.
Wow,
Consofil
yes,
pa din,
correct,
sir.
correct, tama. Consofil pa rin. Consofil tayo. Yes po, anyone po, lahat po ng sinasabi po ng ating mga audience, ng ating mga listeners or watchers ay tama. Nakakatuwa at ang sarap lang sa pakiramdam na naintindihan po natin kung ano yung importansya ng bawat isa para ma-achieve po natin yung goal natin or how we can accomplish. My understanding here po is the same as what everybody mentioned po. Like everybody's equal no matter what is your color. Like in this photo, the puzzle pieces, they have different colors, but we are equally in size, in terms of sizes. So everybody's important. Everybody plays an important role, and everybody can complete the organization or achieve the goal. Itong kamay na ito yung parang leadership topic natin kanina. Ito siya yung leader. Siya ang leader para mabuo niya itong puzzle. Without his hand, without his leadership, hindi po niya magagawa ito. Ano yung mga skills na kailangan niya? Communication. In this case, maybe he uses yung pandikit, a glue, para mag-stick yung mga ano niya. At hindi lang siya basta-basta nagdikit lang. Nag-analyze din siya. Yun yung he knows his piece. He knows his people. In-analyze niya muna isa-isa. Tinignan niya muna kung saan ito pwede. Saan siya dapat. Hindi lang po siya nagdikit ng basta-basta. Opo. Ginamitan din po niya ng tawag dito, yung skills at tawag na patience. Kasi pag leader tayo, yung strategy, yes, correct. Strategy, yung po yung pag-evaluate. Yung ginamitan din niya nito ng patience, ito yung parang unspoken skills. Yes. We have to have the patience kasi hindi tayo basta-basta lang na magsasalita. Definitely, di lahat mag-a-agree. Especially, kahit no matter how good we are in communication, hindi lahat mag-a-agree. So, we should have that patience and just continue. And at the end of the day, once we complete this puzzle, once we achieve or accomplish the goal, we have to celebrate and recognize each and every one achievement or goals for this one po. Marami po siyang interpretation, and I totally agree sa lahat po ng ating mga audience kung ano yung mga binigay nila, and thank you for that po. Hats off ako doon kasi nakakatuwa talaga.
And there are more.
Meron
Sir.
pa. Ayun po, why don't we give the spotlight for them po, TM Remy? Sige po, pakibasa po.
Yeah. Each piece of the puzzle represents different ideas that contributes to the organization. That is from Sir Rodolfo de Vera. And more from Welmar Jade Ubaldo. To become a successful individual, we need those assets, what we discussed, okay? That builds up our personal growth towards achieving our goals. Very nice.
Yeah, true. Meron pa po?
Wala na po. Mamaya.
Ayun. Yan. Okay. Wala na po. Ayun. So, recap lang po. Our topic is to how to accomplish the results we want. So it's in our control, not as authoritative. I mean, it's in our control on how we can accomplish. By how? Of course, we have to plan. When we planning, nagsisimula yan sa sarili natin. So we start with our leadership style. Next is the method. The method is the communication, how we can reach out, how we can communicate with our people to achieve that certain goal. There are some skills that are mentioned, negotiation and influence skills as value-added skills for the communication. And last but not the least is the action. We're not just communicating. We should have our results. We should have output. For Comsofil, they're doing great because every week you're able to have a successful webinar. Kudos to all the organizers, to Sir Wanichi, Madam Remedios, Board of Trustees, Board of Directors, to our PR, Toastmaster Hans. That's really indeed evidence, a concrete evidence that comes to fail is conducting or is doing perfectly according to their goals and achieving their goals. So kudos and congratulations. And I also would like to thank you the suki, mga suki nating audience, na Sir, I hope I didn't mention anyone, Sir Ed, Sir Rodolfo, Madam Elsa,
Wilmar.
Sir Wanichi, of course, Madam Remy, Wilmar. I hope I have their names.
Nida.
Lahat po kayo. Madam
Lahat
Nida,
sila.
lahat po kayo, be proud of yourself po. Kasi
27,000.
yes po, yung pong wisdom na sinare nyo po sa aming lahat, contributed po sa session na ito, and it's really appreciated po. Keep on participating, keep on attending webinars, and I'm sure Comsofields have a great and exciting webinars in the future. And I hope that it's not the last session, Madam Remy, or still open for question and answer po.
And I think the forum is already there. The open forum is already there.
Yes.
Yes, it's
okay,
a very
yes.
nice one. And I don't want to end up this webinar without calling my my boss, our press relation officer, Sir Hans. Sir Hans.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Remy.
You're welcome.
So, wow, what a way to have what a way to have this evening by having Toastmaster Rizal Sazon in delivering his webinar on accomplishing the results you want. So, as you all know, he's one of the youngest Toastmaster leader in Saudi Arabia, currently the Division A director, but more than that, he was not just able to share his expertise, but also his personal experience. We have this saying in Toastmasters that the best or the personal stories will always be the best stories that one can tell. So I would like to ask everybody to please give our virtual applause to our keynote speaker, Toastmaster Rosel Sazon.
Thank you so much. Thank you po. Thank you for having me.
Toastmaster Rosel, much that we want to award to you now, your certificate, but our graphic designer, Sir Marvin, is not here with us. But nevertheless, we are assuring you that we will be giving you in physical, meeting, your certificate of appreciation and our token of appreciation.
I'm more than grateful for having me as your keynote speaker. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Now, to close this evening, to close our webinar for tonight, I would like to call the BOT chairman, Sir Wanichi.
Maraming salamat po, Ms. TM Rosel Sazon, sa inyong
Sir Wanichi,
sa amin. Yes po.
Before that, bago po kayo magpatuloy, gusto ko lang pong batiin or gusto ko lang pong i-acknowledge yung mga attendees natin. Because Toastmaster Rizal and Toastmaster and other attendees, we have attendees not only here in Saudi Arabia, we have attendees from the USA. We have an attendee from USA. We have attendees from other Gulf countries and from the Philippines and from other regions here in Saudi Arabia. So shout out. A shout out to BOT Nida Manuel. Now, it's late in the Philippines, but she's still able to join us in our webinar. And also from Alcobar, Mr. Ansano Mauna and Mr. Jimmy Gutierrez. They are from Alcobar. So maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat po. Fellow Toastmasters po sila, TM Hans?
Hindi po. Actually, the good thing with this one is you are able to, all our previous speakers are all Toastmasters, and this is like an application of what you have learned and what we have in Toastmasters field, channeling it to our non-Toastmaster audience. So we have
Yes.
Toastmaster audience and we have non-Toastmaster
mixed.
audience. So
Yeah.
that's the beauty of conducting this webinar. And
Yeah.
again, maraming salamat po sa aming mga attendees. Now, I'll give back the control of the virtual platform to the BOT chairman, Sir Juanichi Ulanday. Sir Juanichi, please.
Thank you po. Before I proceed, babasahin ko lang po yung mga pasasalamat ng ating attendees. From Abelardo Enoch, a big thanks to our awesome speaker, Toastmaster Rosel, and to the generous panelists. Thank you for TM Rosel for a good presentation. From Leonida Manuel, our BOT from the Philippines. Si Elsa po, congratulations and thank you for a fruitful and productive night. From Ansano Mauna, salamat po. He's from Cobar the Mom. And Ed Paragison, well done, Sir Rosel. Efren Parafina, salamat po. So with this, maraming salamat po. TM Razon, and from Iris Rana, thank you rin din po. And
James
sa lahat
Pinugo,
po,
sir.
yan, and then kay James Pinugo din, thank you po kay Jay Duvaldo. Thank you, sir, for your time. We learned a lot tonight, sabi po ni Jay Duvaldo. So from in behalf of the officers and staff of Comsapil, maraming salamat po, TM Razon, for being our resource speaker for tonight. And I'm sure at sabi po ng mga nila ay talaga marami po kami natutunan. And we hope po sa ating mga Comsupilians, sa ating sa mga nakikinig ngayon, sa ating attendees, we hope to see you again on our next webinar. We don't know yet when will be our next webinar. Medyo busy po kami sa enrollment sa ating second semester, but we hope soon we will schedule it and we will inform you. And we also hope na you spread the word about Comsufil, about our webinars, and about our next coming second semester. So with this, maraming salamat po, TM Rosel Sazon.
Thank you po. Thank you po.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Rosel C. I would like to inform one more thing, our dear audience. Para lang po sa kaalaman ninyo, this is his first speaking engagement outside of Toastmasters. He did not believe in himself. Hindi po siya naniniwala sa sarili niya. But I told him, no, being our division director, this is your baptism of fire, because what we want, and Sir Juanichi knows that, and other Toastmasters know that our expertise should not only be within the Toastmasters arena. The true test of our capabilities as leaders, as speakers, will always be tested outside of our comfort zone.
Yes,
so
this is
let's
the real
give
world.
again a round of applause to Toastmaster Rosel Sazon. First speaking engagement.
Thank you, TM Hans, and of course, thank you to Comsofil, really. Thank you so much. And Comsofil have Toastmasters Club. I think it's a chance for us to invite everybody.
Thank you very much.
TM Hans, invite everybody to sa TOC.
Yes. So mga kababayan, kung gusto niyo po na maging kasing galing ni Sir Rosel, ni Toastmaster Rosel, well, the best arena for the best platform for us to learn this will always be the Toastmasters, because in Toastmasters we don't just create speakers, we just don't create leaders, we create competent speakers and competent leaders. Sino-sino po ba yung mga product ng mga Toastmasters natin? If you have attended the 5 seminars, webinars natin, lahat po sila Toastmasters. Our BOT chairman, Sir Juanichi, is a Toastmaster. My co-host, Ma'am Remedios, is a Toastmaster. I myself is a Toastmaster.
Yes,
so if you want to be like us, If you really want to develop your speaking capabilities and leadership capabilities, Comsofil has its own Toastmasters Club, and that is the Toast of Comsofil. So this is where leaders and speakers are made. So
True. And to all the students also out there, you are lucky to have Toastmaster
Yes.
Hans in Toast of Comsofil. He's one of the champions in speech contest. All categories. I'm telling you now.
So
All categories.
maraming salamat po. And meron po kaming pakiusap. Since our topic for tonight is accomplishing results you want, we at Comsofil, we want to be an instrument in the accomplishment of dreams of our kababayan. And since most of our clusters are in virtual platform, so we now accept enrollees even outside of Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So sa mga kababayan po natin ngayon na nandyan po, na nakikinig or nag-attend ng ating webinar, please join us in promoting Comsofil and our virtual clusters. So this pandemic did not stop us from providing quality education to our fellow OFWs here in Saudi Arabia. And now we are extending outside of Saudi Arabia. Maraming salamat po. Abangan niyo po ang announcement namin for the next leg of our webinar series. Good evening, everybody, and God bless.
Good night po. God
Good
bless.
night.
Thank you.
May announcement lang po ako. Kanina ko pa pinipindot na maging live tayo sa Facebook, pero Facebook is experiencing something so hindi ako makapag-live. But this webinar is recorded. Sooner or later, I will post the link so that you can open and ma-download po ang ating webinar session. So, yun lang
Good
po.
night.
Good night po.
Good
Good night
night.
po. Thank you, Sir Manichi, Madam
Thank you,
Remy,
Sir
Hans.
Rosel.
Thank you po.
Yeah, Rosel, thank you po. Ma'am Nida. Ay, si Ma'am Nida, oh.
Ma'am Nida, good
Nida,
night.
good
Good
morning
morning.
sa Philippines.
So,
You have a nice place.
thanks, everyone. Thanks, mga viewers and the members. Thank you,
Yes.
everyone, for your presence.
Sir Aaron, di ka nagpakita. Sir Rodolfo, ayun pala si Sir Rodolfo. Ang galing niyo po. Si Ma'am Elsa Ulanday.
Salamat, Ma'am Remy.
Salamat po. Support. Bye, sir. Di ka
This is
nagpakita.
Aaron.
Good morning.
Kailangan pang tawagin bago magpakita si sir.
Good morning, Elsa.
I like the house of Nida. Parang American house.
Wow.
Oh, si Ma'am Noraisa Lau. Andiyan pa ba siya?
Asan si Ma'am Doraisa?
Former board of directors din. Ma'am Nora.
Kailangan makilala ko kayo.
Para makilala kayo.
Kasi gusto namin makilala kayo. Sir Noraisa, ay Ma'am Noraisa?
Opo.
Wala na
Ma'am
si
Nora.
James. As Abelardo, sir.
Makikita rin tayo, inshallah. Ma'am Religious.
Hi, Nora.
Ayaw niya
Yes, I miss you, ma'am.
Miss you, Nora.
Yes, na-miss kita, ma'am.
Ay, kabats niyo siya, Ma'am Nida.
Purple girl.
Hello, I'm here.
Alam mo yung kabats ko, very young. Si Emma.
Sir Rodolfo, saan po kayo? Sa US po kayo, no?
Sa California po.
Wow.
Wow.
Diyan, sir.
Si US.
Welcome, sir, sa
California.
Comsofil. Nakarating na pala tayo sa California. Hello,
Yes.
Sir Rodolfo.
Mashallah.
Si Abelardo, si Sir Abelardo. Si Brian.
Sayang, umalis na si Eckhart at Antonio Gayeta. Anyway,
Tsaka
makikita
si
niyo
James,
kasi-
sir.
Tsaka si James.
Maaga siyang
Add
umalis.
mo ako sa FB mo. Miss Pigaw.
What?
Add mo ako sa FB mo.
Okay. Sige po, mamaya din.
Okay.
Siguro magkakilala tayo, no?
Kilala naman kita eh. Ako lang hindi mo kilala eh.
Really?
Pag nakita yung mukha mo, pakita mo kasi mukha
I
mo
am-
para makilala ka.
Talaga. Excited na ako. Sir, babay na. Mag-FB na ako.
Okay. Bye-bye na po. I will
Good
end na
night,
Sige
po
po.
ito.
God
Sir
bless.
Thank you po sa lahat.
Yan says
po.
2000.
Amnida.
Bye-bye po.
Ano yung
Mrs.
ano,
Ulanday, babay.
2001. I'm Comsofian since 2001.
Of
Si,
course.
si Sir Juanichi ang president that time. Yung ID ko nakapost sa FB ko. Baka hindi ka pa pinanganak. 2001.
History.
Special lang.
Yes,
History, Nora.
2001.
Very proud Comsopilian.
Yes.
Sino, Raisa? Good night.
Okay. Good night po. I will end na po itong webinar.
Okay, bye sir. Thank you.
Thank you po. Ma'am
Bye,
Nida,
Ma'am
salamat
Nida.
po.
Ingat.
Bye-bye po.
Bye, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Ma'am Nora. Bye-bye. I will end na
Sir,
po.
thank you.
Thank you po. Bye.